You know when you're really stressed or not feeling so great about your life or about yourself? Talking to someone who understands can really help. But who is that person? How do you find them? Where do you even start? Talkspace. Talkspace makes it easy to get the support you need. With Talkspace, you can go online, answer a few questions about your preferences, and be matched with a therapist. And because you'll meet your therapist online, you don't have to take time off work or arrange childcare. You'll meet on your schedule, wherever you feel most at ease. If you're depressed, stressed, struggling with a relationship, or if you want some counseling for you and your partner, or just need a little extra one-on-one support, Talkspace is here for you. Plus, Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance? No problem. Now get $80 off of your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.
Welcome to Critical Hit, a Major Spoilers podcast. We are so happy to have you here with us this week for another exciting episode. Oh, hey, how you doing? I didn't see you there. Here, have a seat. I'm so glad to see you here. Have a seat. Yeah, it's so good. Hey, would you like a soda? And just pour one here for you. I hope a soda is okay. If you're not a soda person, we could get you some water. If you would prefer water, would you like some chips? These are pretty good chips. I might save some of these for myself later. So, listen. I'm so glad that you are here for the Critical Hit Shadow of the Demon Lord binaural experience. What does this mean? Well, this special podcast was recorded with a binaural microphone, meaning that it picks up noise as your normal ears would. So, for example, you should be hearing me out of your right ear, and now you should be hearing me out of your left ear. If you're not, you might want to flip the microphone, the headphones around. This also means that you need a pair of headphones over both ears to listen to this. This is a binaural stereo experience. So why do we do this? Well, what you're going to experience in Shadow of the Demon Lord is what it feels like to be at the table with a group of players. That means that this microphone is picking up everything. There are no edits in this show. So if someone coughs or sneezes or rustles their paper or decides to belch or decides to flush a toilet or any house noise, you're going to pick it up and you're going to hear it. But we've done this in the past, and everyone seems to really enjoy this binaural experience. It is a very different kind of experience, and Shadow of the Demon Lord is also a very different experience. So we are happy to bring you this special exclusive show just for you. Thanks for everything that you do, and please enjoy Shadow of the Demon Lord.
So do we want to talk? Are you recording now?
I've been recording for a long time.
All right. So
Same way with that one's recording.
Do we want to talk about the game system? And
yes.
Introduce people to
Tell me about this game system, Brad, because here's the thing.
What?
I like the game system, but I'm going to say this right up front. Mm-hmm. The manual is horribly edited, and it is horribly laid out.
Well, in case I know any of the editors professionally, and I'm not sure that I don't, we'll just say, oh yeah, kind of a little bit. Yeah, it's not as well laid out as 4th or 5th edition D&D, but it is as well laid out as pretty much anything else in the market. Off. I'm taking this off because it's bugging me already.
That's so nasty.
Why? It's digressing about the cap on my bottle.
That's all right.
Okay, so here's the deal. We're playing Shadow of the Demon Lord,
right?
Which was created by Robert J. Schwab.
Mm-hmm.
Which weirdly everybody does that. Like nobody introduces this game without saying Schwab's name, which is kind of wild because he is
a fun name.
It is a fun name, but he's also just a kind of an interesting, weird guy.
It also sounds like the guy that created Scud the Disposable Assassin, but isn't.
Okay, well, there you go. He did do the the original Game of Thrones RPG, way before HBO was involved in that kind of stuff. I was interested in him as a designer because he did the best D&D encounter I've ever played in my life. Which I ran as part of it was one of the early like adventure paths that 4th edition had, and it was about this. It was this big giant room, and it was slowly filling with water, and there was a boiler in the room, and then when the water hit the boiler, then the room began to fill with steam, and so your characters have got to run along this catwalk all around the outside of this, and it goes like you've got to go round and around and around, each going up slightly, and so they've got to move really quickly to stay ahead of the rising steam, and there are orcs. It's just a really mechanically fun adventure.
All right. This is dark fantasy, though. A lot of people aren't really prepared for dark fantasy stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, we could just straight up call this horror. It is
very dark.
It is very dark. I don't intend to have our game be quite as dark as the books are. The books are ghosts. Oh, there are ghosts. Ghosts are the least of our things. You know, there's a lot of body
horror stuff.
A lot of body horror stuff. A lot of scatology.
There's a lot of scatology just reading through the book.
Wait, what is scatology?
Poop stuff.
Yes.
A lot of poop stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of the main thing that turned me off for a while from this game.
Yeah.
But...
And there are a lot of extraneous genitalia also.
That's a very good way to put that.
Yeah, but we won't be having a lot of poop stuff or extraneous genitalia in my game. But we will be having
not in my game
a lot of dead things
and
dismemberment and that kind of stuff. So
when we played Call of Cthulhu, a lot of our characters went insane, and there were certain insanities and those kinds of things that we kind of intentionally removed from the game. This one, we use madnesses, right? And insanity and that kind of stuff. And
madness is kind of inescapable in this game. You know, we've talked about this. You and I have talked about this before. That I'm a little by playing mental health. Like you know, I don't play the cancer game.
There's a weird ableist.
Yeah, there really is. This is in no way. This game is not even close to trying to model anything like mental health. It's about I guess I'm making an excuse for the fact that I'm doing something I'm not really comfortable doing, but it's kind of that pulpy version of
because here's one of the madnesses you could get: death.
Well,
do you ever just death?
Your heart stops and you die.
Yeah,
in this game, typically the madnesses are like temporary things that if you get like your stress, what is it build up that you can get inflicted on you, but you can choose to take a quirk to reduce that.
Ooh, I want the one that I want the Allspark.
What's the Allspark?
It's my quirk.
What is it?
Oh man, it's he doesn't watch My Hero Academia, does he?
He doesn't.
I don't. No. Okay. Oh, it's that. I think we watched one episode of that.
You watched one episode.
Yeah.
I watched like the whole first.
All right. So playing at the table tonight is me, Dr. Bradley Will, at Dr. Bradley Will, in case you're wanting to Twitter me.
Which no one was.
No. We also have DnD Brian.
Hello.
We have at Major Spoilers Steven Schleicher.
Hello.
We have my son Ian,
some weird kid that they found outside.
Yeah.
He's like, "Hey, do you like role playing?" Yeah.
He wandered in from the set of Munchkinland.
Yes.
And we also have Robin Hartman making her podcast debut. Is this your podcast debut?
It is.
Wow! Congratulations!
Very excited.
Yeah, we're all ashamed for you.
And so we're playing this game.
Yeah, so you're doing this. So you're doing this, huh? This is how you choose to
spend your Monday nights.
Yeah.
So we are at Brad's house. I should mention that. So we're in a tiny little room.
It's already kind of hot in here.
I'm not. It's very comfortable in here.
Yeah.
Are you guys hot? No, it's comfortable.
Ian's not saying anything because Ian's hot.
No, I'm not saying anything because it's my basement, and I don't like my basement because it's the basement. Nobody likes their basement.
No?
I like my basement.
Why?
I thought nerds are supposed to like
nice.
the basement.
I don't like my basement.
But we are surrounded by board games and miniatures, and we got a nice little table here that Brad has. So this is a cozy room. We've actually had 8 people in here playing Cthulhu Wars at one time.
We played 8 people.
There had to have been
5 or something.
There had been more than that.
Fitting quite a stereotype here in a basement playing a role-playing game about demons and devil worship.
It's the thing we do. All right.
Should be playing heavy metal as we do this.
So a couple more things before we start. We're going to play a level 0 starting adventure. Level 0 is designed with characters who have only an ancestry. You have no class, no well, you've got some professions, which we'll talk about eventually. But we're starting,
which are basically skills
at the basically. But we're starting at the dirt level, and part of this is introducing the system to the players and to the GM who's never played this system before. So just for everybody's record. So I've GM'd a ton of different games, and it's not my first rodeo, but it is my first one.
What happens at your first rodeo?
At your first rodeo? If you don't know what happens at your first rodeo, Stephen, I'm not going to tell you. That's for others to reveal at your first rodeo.
It's not your first rodeo, but it's your first calf tying?
Yeah. I'm not even. So anyway, we're gonna get started here. I guess that's enough.
I mean, we'll figure this game out. People will figure it out. It's very different. I think probably, beyond it being a horror fantasy, dark fantasy kind of stuff, probably the biggest thing is going to happen as you're rolling your character, and as you go into combat, because this game basically is D6 and a D20 is what you need. At least 3 D6. Maybe more. But like in a combat, for example, and we'll get to it, you roll your D20, and then you've got a modifier next to your strength, your intellect, your will, your agility, and you either add or subtract that total, and that'll tell you whether you succeed or not, basically.
Yeah.
And that makes it real easy instead of sitting there going, okay, now I have to roll 3 D6s and a 1 D4 and a blah, 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 and then try to do all the math. It's fairly simple from that standpoint. So from the mathematical side of this game, it's a pretty cool system.
Yeah. Oh, and there's always one other thing. So one other thing is we play to a maximum of level 10.
Mm-hmm.
We're level 0. You guys are level 0. I'm level awesome. You guys are level 0. When level 10 will be the last adventure, so that'll be a total of 11 adventures.
Right.
Which means the game has an end that is reachable.
A fixed end.
Yeah, we can actually make it to the end of this game, and we can resolve the business of the game. But
can we not make it to the end?
Oh,
yes.
Somebody's not going to make it to the end.
I do have the supplement that has rules for higher level play.
Yeah, well, no. But here's the thing. Your character arcs are going to run really quickly.
Mm.
So for people who've been following the D&D campaign on Critical Hit, which has been running for
10 years.
10 years now.
We're at level 23.
Yeah, and you still haven't hit the end of your character arcs. Well, we're going to hit the end of your character arcs in a couple of months, as opposed to a couple of decades. Session. Yeah, not one session.
We are pretty squishy.
The characters are really squishy, and we're not going to go easy on them. That's the other. So I don't play that kind of DM where it's like, oh, I'll just hand wave everything. If you die, you die. So,
no. If you die in the game, you die in real life.
No. All right. Hey, I was going to light some candles. Let's light some candles to set the mood. Hand me that one over there. Thank you, Robin. All right.
All right. Yeah. Here, let me have a match, and I'll light one over here.
I got it.
And then that way it'll sound cool.
That match is
dying. It's dead.
They do sputter.
These are sputtery candles.
Weird.
It is weird.
Wicks are a little short there, but
because I trim my wick like a good candle keeper does.
Yeah, you trim them down real.
You can set your phone on.
TMI.
Here, Robin, sit that over
by my head.
By your head, yeah.
Nice. You just put that candle like
right in your
a couple
face.
Centimeters away from my face.
Ian has really long hair that's prone to catch fire.
No, I also just have like a physical body that doesn't react well with fire.
So hopefully Steven's edited this long preamble.
No, it's all here, man.
Here we go.
Did you say preamble?
Yes.
Like the Constitution?
This is the preamble, yes.
We the people.
So the game takes place on the planet Earth.
You are about to die.
Spelled with a U. U-R-T-H, Earth.
The planet Birth.
And it is on the continent of Rule. And we are playing specifically in the Northern Reach.
Oh, so the Hyrule portion of the...
that was
I just got
terrible.
like a chill.
Yeah, that was really...
Not like a fun chill.
I'm embarrassed. So this is the Northern Reach, which is the basic area in the main core rulebook.
Is it cold?
But we're playing is not cold. So we're presumably in the southern hemisphere, because the farther north you go here, the hotter it gets. So we are on
Deserts to
the...
the north of us.
Yeah, there's the desert known as the Desolation to the north.
There's totally not Egypt to the north.
No, totally not Egypt. It is formerly like the Elven lands devastated by their war with the trolls, and everything has just gone straight to heck in the Desolation. So you all are living at a little outpost called Drusella's Tears as part of the Crusader states. Your outpost is connected to a large citadel called Martyr's Point. There are 5 Crusader citadels on the border between the Northern Reach and the Desolation. And so these 5 citadels hold the line between the nasty critters that are up in the north and these flickering candles. They're really loud flickering candles.
That's okay.
Very aggressive
Create
candles.
some ambiance and
That's
some
it.
mood there, Brad.
Create some nerve-wrackingness.
How many-
So anyway, so you guys are at Drusella's Tears, which is connected to the Crusader outpost known as Martyr's Point. So
Okay.
Drusilla the Wise is the martyr referenced in Martyr's Point. Maybe we'll talk about her at some point in the future. But Drusella's Tears is this little tiny outpost. It's about a day's ride north of the Citadel. So you're like the Citadel's on the border. You guys are up in the desert. And it's a tiny place. There are only about a dozen or so folks, maybe about 15 folks who actually live and work here. It is dusk in the summer, so it's about 9 p.m. The sun is setting. The folks have had their meals. Are any of you guards
No.
at the outpost?
Should I be writing this down?
No, you don't need to write anything
Okay.
down. Robin's taking copious notes.
That's just what I do.
That's good, because I'll
Yeah,
need to
that's right.
reference those
Yes.
later.
Because when we say what happened, you
It's just what I do
Yes.
with everything,
All right.
so I guess I take notes.
So yeah, just look over Robin's shoulder.
The character totally has the excellent memory perk.
I am a librarian in real life. Yeah, I can't help it.
There you go. Oh, you don't have the same tabs I do. I have different tabs in my binder.
Yes, I have binder, I have tabs,
Yeah.
it's organized, I have notes.
It's
Yeah.
impressive.
So it is that time of day when folks are after their meal and the little place is winding down. What
Place.
the little place? This is all you don't know what's going on in the big place. It's a whole day's ride away.
No,
So Ian, what is your character's name?
why do I have to start?
Because I want to put you on the spot. Ian has played 1 session of Dungeons and Dragons in his entire life.
God,
Nice.
I spent so long trying to forget
It
that.
was at Gen Con. And
God, it was the worst.
It was the worst.
worst campaign ever.
It was
There was
really, really
there
bad.
was some kid and some goats and
Yeah.
Playing the game or in the game?
In the
In the
game.
game, it
In the
was-
game. And the goats had human babies. And
It
The
was-
goats were the best players.
yeah.
it was so disgusting.
It
It
was
was
really-
I heard they weren't bad.
It was very off-putting. Anyway, so what's your character's name?
I don't know. It's
It's written
It's
on
right
the
there on
card.
your card.
well, I know, but I didn't think about how you would say it. It's Carmina.
Carmina.
Hum Carmina.
What does Hum look like?
He has blue skin, like
Uh-huh.
light blue skin, like light blue skin,
Like
baby blue maybe.
Okay, like Ayla Sakura blue skin?
No,
No,
fainter than that.
fainter than that. Okay, all right.
His hair is distinctly the color of cotton candy.
Pink
Like
cotton candy.
Pink, very pink, light pink hair. He's 17 years old and he has blue eyes.
Nice. Okay.
Nice.
What does he do here at the outpost?
Good question.
Would he
Let's look at my profession.
would he be an acolyte and maybe an assistant to the head priest who runs the
Oh
outpost?
my god, yes. Actually, he's an acolyte of the new god, a temple ward. Temple ward.
It's
Magic.
very poor penmanship.
Magic.
Brad, did you roll your son's character?
Did not.
No, I did it all myself, but I
I
can't.
swear!
Magic scholar, and he speaks common tongue.
All right, very good. All right. So what do you think Hum is doing here at the end of the day? What's he just like as he's getting ready for bed? What was
Probably
his?
getting ready for bed.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
I mean, what do you think he would go do?
I don't know.
Catch fireflies?
I'm not a 17-year-old acolyte to
With
the
pink
new
hair.
god. with
What do
pink
you-
hair. I don't know.
Are you insinuating something?
No, I thought you might have an interesting story. That's all.
He goes out and parties with his other friends.
Let's see what Brian has.
Me?
Yeah, what's your character's name?
My character's name is Dirk.
Dirk? All right.
Dirk.
What does Dirk look like?
He's a scrawny guy, has kind of stringy and unkempt dark hair, angular features. He is just kind of a guy that tries to keep to himself, but often finds himself in trouble through no fault of his own, I'm sure.
Does he have a role here at the outpost?
He's just kind of a local guide.
Okay.
More than
I thought you were
anything.
going to say local guy.
Just a local guy.
Well,
Me too.
local guys tend to be guides.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So he knows a little bit about the desert and he can kind of help people get around a bit.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Very good. Well, yeah. How old is he?
About 23.
23. You might want to write that down, Robin, because clearly you just pulled that one out of the thin air.
Sure. Yeah, just anytime you want to know how old you are.
17 and 23. Did you catch that? That's pretty, that's interesting.
Prime numbers there, huh?
Yeah, those are
Also, spooky numbers.
spooky numbers. Yeah. Yeah. Robin, what's your character's name?
My character's name is Adara, and like the others, she's pretty young. She looks like she could be maybe 18, 19, 20. Scrawny.
Mm-hmm.
Looks a bit malnourished. And about as average can be, just kind of regular features, dark, shaggy hair, usually wearing secondhand clothes.
Okay. As do we all at the outpost.
Yes, yes. So probably looks pretty much like everyone else
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Around her.
Any interesting objects she's wearing?
Yes. The one thing that is different probably from most of the other people at the outpost is around her neck she has a metal spiked collar.
Mm.
Huh. It's a very interesting thing.
It is an interesting thing.
Yeah. Stephen,
Yes, Brad.
what is your character?
My name is Philip Grinder.
And what does Philip do?
So tell us, a little, before we get into that, so people understand a little bit about who my character is. What's going on in this region?
So this region, so the Crusader states are followers of the cult of the new god.
Yeah.
And in the game, they call it the cult of the new god, but really it's sort of cult in the strictest definition. It is an organized religion in a world that doesn't have a lot of organized religion to it.
Mm-hmm.
So the cult of the new god has rejected the old faith, and it is basically following the teachings of Astrid. And there are 4 principles we'll get into later, but this is basically the organized religion of rule.
Right.
And far to the south is the Empire, where the cult of the new god has a lot of power, and there's another kingdom down there.
Mm-hmm.
But they've kind of come up here to hold the line.
Against what?
Against the nasty undead that creeps down out of the
So interesting, because
desolation.
I came from north of here in a small town.
Yeah.
But
There are a couple of villages north of here, but they're not a lot. But yeah.
no, but this undead horde came in and basically invaded. And so Philip and his wife and his 2-year-old boy had to flee.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, his son and his wife didn't make it out. And Philip found his way down here, and he is a refugee.
Ah.
So he's a refugee seeking shelter, protection from the storm, so to speak. And he spends his days going out hunting for food to help feed the encampment and himself. And he no longer has a life before. He's a little overweight, very, very average looking, though, about 5'10", about 180 pounds, just would really totally blend in with the crowd with everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of what he does. He'll go out, search for food during the day, hunt for food, bring it back, and try to make a little bit of money. But because he had to flee from his home in the dead of night as the undead were attacking, he doesn't have very much money anymore. He doesn't have the things that he used to have. And so he is just kind of eking out a living here at this outpost.
Okay. This is a good place for him, I think.
Poor guy.
I guess. I know. You should feel bad for him.
I do already.
It's like a pat on the
I mean,
back.
he has some just patchy clothing. He just barely had a sack that he could bring with him.
I think we're going to feel worse for him here.
I know, right?
I suspect.
Uh-oh.
So as,
You know what he has in his bag?
What?
He has a small box with 6 sticks of chalk.
Oh.
that his son used to draw with.
Oh.
So sad.
Oh, you better not do anything terrible with that.
No.
Some evil
Do
creature's gonna
something
eat that.
terrible with that.
No,
You should.
I wouldn't do something terrible with that. That would be terrible.
Draw a pentagram with it.
A mean bully monster
That-
eats the chalk.
That we might need to do.
No!
Yeah. Maybe-
You might have tried that when the undead were swarming your household.
So, what is Philip doing at the end of the day here?
Oh man, he is so tired. He is just going to go back to his little hovel. It's not really a hovel, but I mean, he's renting.
There's barracks here.
Yeah, he's whatever they charge. He's doing that.
Yeah, they're little tiny little.
Doesn't have
barracks and little
anything,
cells.
so he just goes in and goes into his little thing, and he's just just tired of the day.
Okay, right. Well, you can all hear that one of the guardsmen shouts, "Riders approaching!" And
Do our little windows? Do we have windows in our little thing?
yeah, so they're little. So the barracks are on the outside wall. Like one of the walls of the barracks is actually a wall of the compound.
Okay.
And the other primary main building here is a large temple building, and it is on the other wall. So the temple building is like the northeast corner of the outpost. The gates are on the south wall.
Mm-hmm.
So the gates on the south wall open, and 3 war horses come in, men wearing chainmail and wearing red cloaks. And then there's another little pony with a little younger fellow, like a teenage boy, probably in his late teens. He rides in on the pony behind them. They're wearing the red cloaks that mark riders from the Martyr's Point Citadel.
Mm.
That's the big place.
Yep. And so they call out for the high priest, well, not the high priest, but the priest of the outpost. His name is Frederick, and Frederick comes out. Well, I had written that down and I forgot, but it's Frederick. So Frederick comes out, and he says, "What is the trouble?" And they explain to him that there's been a death, that Renee Caldwell has been killed.
Oh no!
You all recognize Renee Caldwell.
Caldwell.
She is the commander of Martyr's Point.
But she's the commander. How could she have died?
Well, it's horrible. She was cut in half. She was sliced in half. Yes, in her meditation chamber, she was sliced in half.
But which way? Like down to bottom, bottom to top,
Left to right?
right to
was
left.
gonna ask.
This is very important that we know.
Diagonally.
She was sliced in half,
But which way?
skull to crotch,
Wow.
top to bottom, with this dagger. And he pulls out a box and opens it up and shows
So what
everyone
you're saying
there.
is you did it?
No, the killer left this dagger.
Oh, okay.
Who are you, boy, to ask me questions?
No, just a player character in a role playing game.
Now, do you mind if I go into your house and take whatever I want?
Any reading quests I can have?
In a moment.
Any lore?
So he does explain this whole story about how Renee Caldwell was sliced in half, top to bottom, with this bone dagger. He's telling all this to the priest there in the yard. And he says, we need to rest. We need to get some time. We need to find Andrew. And he says, well, Andrew, the priest explains to them that Andrew is studying some of the ruins to the north. Andrew is about another day's ride into the desolation.
Ruins. R-U-I-N? Not R-U-N-E?
No, R-U-I-N. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure there are runes.
I just wanted to make sure.
Not runes, but ruins. There are runes at the ruins, but he is mostly studying the ruins.
The ruined ruins of the ruins?
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Studied.
Thank you very much. So Andrew is up there. These guys say that they're going to bed down. They ask their squire, whose name is Osmond. They tell Osmond to take their horses and his pony, put them in the stable. So Osmond takes them off to the stable. And everybody just kind of quiets down. Everybody kind of goes back. The priest takes them into the temple. The priest sleeps in the temple. And he tells them that he's got some cots set up. So Osmond and the 2 riders are going to go hang out in the temple and get some rest. And they will leave again in the morning to go ahead and find Andrew. So do you all head to bed, as it were, or are there other things you need to take care of before?
Guess I'm just going to go to bed. I mean, I'm tired.
I gotta take some Blu-rays back to the library.
Do you?
No, kidding. Going to bed.
You're undermining my game. No. What an obnoxious...
I'm
The
sorry.
Underminer!
The Underminer, exactly.
That should be his profession.
Yeah, nice.
All right, so everyone goes back to bed. You awaken, though, at not the wee hours, but about 11:30, just before midnight, to a scream, a garbled, "Ah!" And then it's suddenly cut off.
Oh, because they got cut in half.
And then you hear, "Ah! Ah! That's snobness! That's snobness! That's snobness!"
Just another day at the office.
It is exactly. This is exactly the kind of things you don't hear here at the outpost. So you hear these two voices screaming in this horrible, horrible tongue, this horrible language, and you can tell it's coming from the temple. The temple has small windows that are not shuttered. They're open now to get some cool evening breeze going in there. It makes me cough to actually make that horrible noise. So the moonlight is lighting the interior courtyard. What do you all do?
I jump up and grab my staff and make my way to the door of the barracks.
Okay, it would take you about a minute to put on some light armor if you want to do that.
I don't have any light armor.
Mm.
All I have is clothes
That's
that I was able to carry with me as I fled my home.
Yeah, man, don't be insensitive.
What are you going to do, Ian? Hum?
Oh, sorry, that was the worst. I get up, I put on my soft leather armor, TM, get my daggers, and I get into action.
All right.
Get moving.
Soft brand.
Adara?
This is going to wake me up, but I'm going to pick up my bag that's usually by me, my go bag, and
Your go bag.
it's
Brilliant.
always my go bag, and move to a position that I can look out the window into the courtyard,
Okay.
but not.
But you're not running out there yet.
I'm not running out there, and I'm being careful not to be seen.
Perfectly
I'm
fine
gonna get
reaction.
squished. I'm gonna get squished. I'm gonna get squished.
Yes.
Dirk, what are you doing?
Very similarly, I'm going to slink out in my most slinkiest and try to see if I can see what's happening without, trying to stay out of sight also.
Okay.
I didn't
So-
think about that.
All you can hear is just, I'm not going to do it again, that horrible, horrible voice. Two horrible
The
voices.
guy's going schwab, schweeb, schwab.
You said
You said you wouldn't do it again.
Like
Why'd
that.
gotta do it again.
I had to do it again.
That was
So it's
awful.
a weird, like shrill, grotesque voice with some ridiculous language you've never heard before. So this is just this terrible clatter in the temple. Now you can hear things like benches being knocked over, and something is going on in there. So you're just going to continue to watch.
I mean,
That's perfectly
there's
fine.
guards here, right?
Yes, there are guards.
I mean,
here.
Philip has kind of learned that, I'm going to watch out for myself, but,
Shouldn't I call 911?
I mean, there's guards here. Let's
Yeah.
let them take care
That
of
would
it
be the
first.
equivalent
Okay,
at this time.
let the guards take care of it. So the guards rush into the temple, right? You hear a terrible clatter. There's a bunch of screaming. There's a bunch of yelling. And eventually, there's silence. And the guards come out of the temple, and a couple of them are wounded slightly, but they're not terribly, terribly wounded. And they say, it's done. It is done. We've killed them. And one of the guards is dragging behind him a body. And you're really surprised to see.
It's the priest.
No. He seems to have a hold of a really long horn of a goat. And it's a goat's head. But then as he drags it further out into the light, you can see that it's a human body.
Not this again.
It's a human torso, and then as he drags it further out into the courtyard, you can see that its legs are covered in like a matted, greasy white fur. And so its lower legs are goat legs. And another guardsman comes out, and he too is dragging by the horns another one of these beasts. And they throw them unceremoniously there in the center of the courtyard. And someone starts to call for Frederick. Frederick! Frederick! But Frederick doesn't answer.
Uh-oh. Where's Frederick at?
No, Frederick, no.
And you hear from inside the temple a moan.
Me. Stop it, you're my dad.
Terrible. Okay.
And then more clatter and more screaming from the other couple of guardsmen that are still inside the temple.
Uh-oh.
And one of them comes out, and he is clearly shook. He is having some problems. He just goes and sits down next to the wall and just sort of cradles his head in his hands and begins to just sort of gently rock back and forth. But he's done also. Do any of you want to go inside and investigate this?
No!
Yeah, no, I don't.
We're just a bunch of misfits. We don't care about
Is there like
anyone.
maybe a
No.
window I could?
Yeah,
You
I
can
would
look
go.
in-
I'd go
You
look in
can
a window.
yeah, and so
Open.
you can see that in one of the corners, several of the guardsmen are crowded around, and one of them turns around and says, "He's dead. Frederick is dead.
Oh, Frederick's dead.
Frederick's dead.
Frederick is dead.
Frederick's dead."
Is he perhaps undead?
He might have been for a moment, but now he's really dead. There was a really dead
Then
montage.
who was
Really
moaning
very
there?
dead.
Probably
Yeah.
Frederick.
That was apparently Frederick moaning. So
But if he's dead, then...
now he's really dead because the guards dispatched him. They obliterated his skull.
Okay, so it's like safe to go in there.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Okay.
All right. Well, if it's okay to go in,
It is okay to go.
Will they let me in?
Yeah, they'll let you in. I mean, these are just the guardsmen. The only real authority here was Frederick, and he's dead now.
Everybody starts robbing and trashing the place.
Well, and you work for him, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh no, my employer!
Someone's
no.
out of a job.
Or someone's
no.
got a new job.
Nice.
Yeah. So,
Oh, so can I actually go in and start taking stuff?
I mean, why? I mean, you shouldn't. I mean,
It is like a church.
what is
but
your profession again?
I'm an acolyte of the new
Okay,
god.
so as a young priest, would you go in and just start looting your
No.
church? Okay.
there is such a thing as corruption in this game. So if you play the common trope of the murder hobo, the guy who just goes and kills people and takes their stuff, that might be considered a corrupt act, and you might gain some corruption.
I wasn't gonna do that. I just
Wanted to know if you
thought
could.
about it.
That's good. You're
I
just-
see
you're
that there's
just-
an opening in the clergy now.
yeah.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Just thinking it might be something a person could do. Yeah, okay. So anyway, as you go in, you see so Frederick's bed is in the northeast corner of the temple. That's where he sets his cot up at night when he sleeps. In the northwest corner of the temple seems to be the place where the Crusaders had dropped their bags and such. And you see that pile of bags move around a little bit.
Uh-oh.
And up pops Osmond, just kind of very wide-eyed and disheveled. And he's just kind of like, okay, I'm alive. I'm alive. And Osmond is kind of wandering around, kind of in shock. Just really also very shook by the events that happened. But there is, of course, no sign of the two Crusaders.
Who we presume now are the
Or
people out in the
well,
courtyard.
Adara would not have gone into the temple, but she is going to check out those goats.
Yeah,
They look like anything she's seen before.
if she has seen beastmen before, then these would look precisely like what she would expect.
I mean, is
beastmen
it
to look like?
yeah, like what if she says, "Want to know what
Yeah.
are these things?"
Yeah, so beastmen come in several different flavors in rule. These are Fomor, and Fomor are sort of goat beastmen. There are all kinds of beastmen. There are minotaurs, and there are lizard folk, but you don't really see them. I mean, probably in your life you may have never actually seen them, but you've heard of them. You might have seen them though, because there are little bands of Fomor that run around and terrorize people, and eventually, some adventurers come in and slay them and take their whatever pitiful loot they have.
So I could definitely tell,
Sell
like,
their
these are
horns.
not, like, this is not like a goat I've hunted or an animal I've hunted. It's definitely, this used to be a dude, and now it's...
In fact, it's still kind of halfway a dude.
Yeah.
So he's got hands.
kind of poking.
He's got a torso.
them
Yeah, you can poke at him.
I'm poking.
Make a perception check.
Alrighty.
So the way you make a check,
Yes,
if you
tell me
don't
what
know
to do.
this, is you're going to roll a d20. The target number for all checks is always 10.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and so you have your perception stat there, right?
Yep.
Which is what?
It is a 10.
It is a 10.
So then my
Okay.
modifier
All right.
is 0.
Yes, it's 0. Yeah.
What is that number?
So that's a 2 because the
Two.
twos on
It's,
these guys.
it's
no,
fancy
no.
script, so it looks real pretty.
Okay.
Looks
All right.
like-
This definitely looks like a normal goat.
It definitely looks like a normal Fomor guy.
Yes.
Definitely.
Exactly like
Yeah.
the stories I've heard.
Yeah,
That's
precisely.
I know what it is because that's what it looks like.
Yep, he's wearing he's wearing like small clothes, like underwear that you would expect the Crusaders to be wearing. So
Hugo Boss.
it does
Yeah.
not Hugo
Oh,
Boss. Also,
okay.
probably secondhand from somebody.
Second-hand underwear with the
Does it
best.
look like could I? No. Nah, no.
What?
Probably too big for me.
No,
Maybe don't take the
definitely-
goat
I only have
man's
like one change of
underwear.
clothes.
Definitely the goat
I
man's
mean,
underwear
I'm
is
better.
not
I'm
a
better
good
off
idea.
than poor
Philip.
Philip.
Face.
Yeah.
I'm
I
wearing
have a few more
clothes.
clothes. I mean, I have a little bit better clothes like than Philip, but just one to check.
Not,
Don't want to
Um,
flex on him or anything.
yeah.
All right.
I'm not the poorest of the poor. I'm a step up.
I think we all are.
So the guards bring Frederick's body out.
We'll all follow out.
And they lay him there in the courtyard. And they're very respectful of Frederick, although clearly something is weird about him. And one of the guards starts to say he just rose up. He just stood up and came at us. And you can see what they did to him. Now you can see that Frederick, if you take any look at all, Frederick has had his throat cut
Ugh.
deep and all the way. So that seems to be the thing that killed him the first time. You don't need to be a coroner to examine that, right? Because he also has his skull is bashed in, which one of the guards explains that he did that, though he doesn't seem at all proud. But that's
Why did they slit his throat and then bash his head in? That seems a little...
well, they bashed his head in because he came back to life after having his throat slit.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. And in fact, Arda is going to need to make a check for me.
I believe you mean Adara.
Adara,
I was
sorry.
gonna say, who's Arda?
Who's Arda? So as you're looking at the goatmen, one of them begins to stir. And he says, "Ah." So you'll need to make a check against a creature that is frightening because he begins
To
to
see
he
if
begins to rise up.
If this just scares the snot out
Yeah,
of me.
even though he was
How composed is he
clearly
made?
And what is that, against your will?
clearly dead. Yes.
Against the
So
will. Okay.
you're going to make a will challenge roll,
Oh, man.
and that is whatever your will bonus is,
0.
0.
I'm a human. I'm very average.
There you go.
So 12.
12. Okay, so you're fine. You're not going to gain any kind of insanity or anything like that other people might gain, and you're good with that. Anybody else within sight of this?
Yeah, we came outside, I guess.
Are you all the rest of you inside? Okay, so
Yeah, yes.
let's go ahead and everybody roll a d20 and make a will check for me.
No.
Yes,
Oh, 13.
That's terrible.
2.
a 2, and Ian.
So this +2 here
Yep.
goes into this?
That
So
was
5.
5. Not good enough. All right, so Dirk and Hum need to get some insanity. Or no, I'm sorry. You're not getting some insanity. You're going to be frightened for a number of rounds equal to 1d3 plus your insanity. So roll a d6 and divide it by 2, sort of.
1.
A 1. Ian, what have you got?
5.
A 5. So you've got 3 rounds because your insanity is 0, right?
Right.
So you're frightened for 3 rounds. So
Should I
only-
write this down somewhere?
Nope, that's all right.
You got a notepad right there. You could.
You do have a giant notepad. I provided everybody with a notepad.
Oh,
So
but
you
you have
guys are-
something
What you do? You
cool.
get some cards with
Yeah,
this?
so one of the things that
Condition
we have
cards.
are some condition cards. So you guys each get a
Oh, how
frightened
handy.
card.
Oh, that explains everything?
Yeah, so
read it for Brian.
Frightened. You make all attack rolls and challenge rolls with 1 bane. As well, you cannot take fast turns. See combat.
So the two now zombie Formor stand up
No.
right there in front of Adara. So as they stand up, you can take. We're gonna enter into combat here. Although combat for you might be just flee. I don't know. Just, it depends on what it is you feel like you want to do. So combat is divided into two kinds of turns: fast turns and slow turns. A character who takes a fast turn can only move or take an action. If you wait for the slow turn to come around, you can both move and take an action. So it is the fast turn, and the players go first during the fast turn. So Adara, actually, you guys get to pick.
Player, I was going to say.
Yeah, you guys get to pick who does what in what order.
Well, we have to go slow.
Yeah.
Yep, because you are frightened.
I'm going to go slow since I'm still a ways away from
and this
the pile.
is in my face, like I was
So-
crouching over
Yeah.
this goat man.
So if you
So
want
I'm
to go
going
first.
to pick a fast move.
So okay, I'm gonna give you a little piece of game mechanic.
Great.
However, so you guys hold on to your slow turn markers. So I want you to drop those out when you've
When
taken
we do
your
our
turn.
thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
after you've
Oh,
taken
okay.
your turn, then we can go. Okay, you're done. So I will tell you that I might be giving away too much mechanically here, but I will tell you that the zombie beastmen are only going to take slow turns. These are slow guys, so they're not going to take a fast turn. So the players will also get to go first during
Even
the
if you
slow
do
round.
slow.
Mhm.
So
Because it goes players fast.
yeah.
So if you want to
monsters
possibly
fast.
stab and run away,
Well, yeah. So if you
Yeah,
want
but if
to
she's
wait,
fast, though.
if you want to wait until the slow turn, you can have both a move and an
Mhm.
action. It'll happen the same. You're still gonna, no matter what happens, you're gonna act before these two beastmen do.
Okay.
Or these two zombie beastmen do. So, do you want to take a fast turn or you want to take a slow turn? Take a slow turn.
Okay. I will.
Let me answer.
No.
Let me do the professor
Apparently in this
thing. of
world there is
answering
no
my
free
own-
will.
Game
No,
master.
that's-
Well, it's
That's
no
awesome.
point. It would be
He's such a
ripping you
mean
off.
So I
killer
will.
game master.
So what I will do a slow turn
Okay.
so that I can then do an
Do
action
a
and a
movement,
movement.
yeah.
Okay, so anything from you all? Who wants to take a turn first? And maybe your turn is
In the
just
slow turn?
yeah.
I'll do a slow turn.
Okay, what do you want to do?
I'm going to move up. I'm going to rush up to it.
You can make it to them in one movement.
And then I'm going to use my staff and bash one of them on the head.
All right, roll it.
Okay, so there's a thing here, and I was trying to look it up with weapons. But mine says I get a roll if I'm successful. It says finesse priority. What does that mean?
So finesse means that instead of using strength, your strength modifier for that weapon, you get to use your agility. modifier
That's
for that
good,
weapon.
because
Yeah.
I have a +1 to that.
Well,
So
yeah, I have no
I'm going to
idea what
roll,
priority
and I
is.
get a 19 plus 1,
Yes.
which is a 20.
Brilliant. Okay, so what happens since you rolled a 20?
Yeah?
Anytime somebody rolls a 20 or greater.
Oh, yeah, I get to roll some bonus on that.
No, you don't need to roll some bonus on that. You scored a headshot.
Yeah, I did, right on his head. I said I was
smacked
gonna do
this
that.
guy right in the skull, and the amount of damage you deal is precisely his health.
All right.
So his head pops like a melon, and he
Just
crumples.
washed my
I know, you get blood
clothes.
everywhere. Boosh. This is what happens when I hunt in the woods all day.
Another
Adara.
viscera.
Adara is splashed with various things. Yeah.
Boosh.
All right. One left.
Well,
I think. Well, you go.
I was going to say
because-
this, seeing this, Moan start moving, then his head bashed in. I
Yeah.
think I'm going to take my dagger and just go for the other one.
Give it a good stab or a throw.
Stab.
The stab. Okay, roll it. This is also a finesse weapon, as I recall.
Yes. And that's a big ol' 5.
A 5. Well, I'm pretty sure
I don't like your
5
dice.
Will not get
Get
through
my
his
own.
defense. Yeah, go right ahead. Nope, sorry. You're not gonna.
Yeah.
You're not gonna.
I'm just
make
a
it through his
little.
defense.
This just really just wigged me out.
So, and then are you running?
I'm just going to back
Okay,
up out of there as fast as I can.
Now, normally,
far as I can.
Normally, if you were to be like in melee with a creature and then just rush out of melee, they would get
Attack of opportunity.
yeah,
kind
it's
of
not
thing.
it's
Yeah,
not
it's-
called an attack of opportunity. It's called a something. I don't know, some kind of action, and I can't remember what it is. Anyway, zombies don't have that. Oh, it's a triggered action.
Okay.
So zombies can't take triggered action. So
Zombies
you're
don't
safe
get
to do
triggered,
this.
is what you're saying.
Normally, that would be suicide to just run away from a combat situation. But you're totally fine.
I am freaked out.
You can run away.
I'm not quite frightened, but
No.
this is not good.
Now, our frightened guys who are fighting with one Bane, is that right?
Yes.
So a Bane is, when you roll a 20-sider for a check, you're going to roll a 6-sider along with that. And since it's a Bane, since it's something that's hurt you, the number rolled in the 6-sider is going to be subtracted from your 20-sider.
Yes.
That's awful.
It is awful.
It is.
Yes, it is really awful.
She really doesn't like your dice, Brad.
She doesn't. Oh my
They're
gosh.
too light.
Mom is like, I'm done with these dice.
My sparkly dice.
You use your sparkly dice. Good for you.
So, because of that, I think I'm just going to take the turn to hop down and make myself presentable and compose myself.
Okay, so he's going to kind of chill a little bit and relax.
I'm gonna compose myself.
I'm gonna try to cover up the wet spot on front of his pants.
Classic Dirk.
Nobody saw it.
It's nighttime.
You're probably not too surprised. I mean, we probably all...
We've all done it.
Okay, Dirk. It happens to the best of us.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna get in there and start stabbing with
You're
my
going to
dagger.
stab him? Okay, run up there and stab him with your dagger. Roll a d20.
Yeah, so
You already
And then
So when you're doing
D6.
when you're doing slow, you can do 2 actions. You can do a move action, and there's a whole bunch of things that are related to move,
Yeah.
and then you can do your attack action.
Yes.
Oh, baby.
If you
that
go
a
with a
19?
fast,
19.
So 18.
Got 18.
No, because that
well,
one is a
straight.
minus.
Yeah,
Hang on, see, we'll come back to your question
Sure.
after we deal with Ian's roll. No, that one, 19 minus 1 is 18.
18, yeah.
Okay.
And this minus 1 for my
So 17.
So 17.
17.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Well,
good.
what are you attacking
Well,
with?
his
Daggers.
The
knife.
dagger, so
Dagger
you use
is finesse. What's your
It's
agility?
My
agility.
agility is
plus
10.
0.
10.
Plus 0.
So that'd be
so it's
better.
just 18.
So 18. So you totally hit him. So roll, what's the damage your dagger does?
D3.
Yeah, 1d3.
1d3. So roll a d6.
Divide by 2.
So
what?
1. So you did 1 point of damage to this guy.
Is
Good
that
job.
good?
It's
better
a point
than
of
none.
damage.
Better
Yep.
than 0.
He now has 1 point of damage. Well
Doesn't
done.
sound that good.
It's not that good, but it's something.
It's not like melon exploding.
Can I have ready to sling as part of my turn?
Sure you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds
Oh
like
yeah,
it.
because you do get a minor kind of action in this too. It's not really called a minor action, right? Isn't there something like you can ready?
There's the triggered action.
Yeah,
So you
okay.
can ready a triggered thing, and you can say, I'll ready my sling in case someone moves here, or whatever triggering thing you want to identify as your triggered action.
I'm just gonna have my sling ready to sling next round.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, 3 guards come up and they beat the living daylights out of this guy, and so they kill him again. So you all don't have to worry about it, and nobody
Phew.
attacks you back.
That was just for immersion.
It was actually just to teach you how to roll the dice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
Cool.
So I guess you succeeded, Ian.
yeah, Ian, you
Yeah,
succeeded.
baby, I did it.
So this game does not have experience points, so there's nothing like that. So you don't have to worry about being the dude who kills anything like you used to back in the old days when I was playing D&D. You had to be the guy who delivered back in the days. You had to be the guy who landed the killing blow if you wanted to get the experience points.
Oh,
And I played a really long
Or you
campaign.
could just get the treasure, because that was also worth
That
experience.
was also worth
points.
experience point. No, but so I played a second edition Bard, which was just a class from Dragon Magazine, and I just never got to kill anybody. I was always the guy who was buffing other people, and I was so many levels behind everybody else. It was just depressing. It was,
Except on Saturdays when you're at the comedy club and then you killed everyone.
and then I killed them all. That's right, by golly. How do you know about my comedy club days? I never told anybody. about that.
Infamous.
Yeah. So the zombie 4 more is now down. So I will
Both
tell
of
you
them.
both of them. Yes.
Okay.
I will tell you, especially since Philip has had some experience with undead. One of the things about zombies is you don't want those guys to bite you because you can get the zombie plague and the zombie disease.
You
And,
instantly die from that? Or is it curable?
there's some stuff that can happen. So we'll go over that whenever it happens to you. But eventually, yeah, you die and you pop back. You've probably seen a movie or two that we've watched together. Not Hum, but you, Ian, have seen a movie or two. It's that same sort of thing. But now here's the thing that's a little weird about this. Zombies don't just pop up out of nowhere.
They have to be summoned, right?
Well,
there has to be some foul magic.
Something has
to
to
Something
cause
drew them here.
the zombie to rise up, right?
But also, those were the guys. And
Yeah, how they turned into goat formors, yeah.
And then they got turned into zombies.
Yeah.
That's like a lot.
There's a lot of mess going on here. Yeah, yeah.
A lot of badness.
So this is not a typical evening at the outpost, right? There's a lot of creepy, unpleasant, and improper magic that's going on here. So Osmond comes out.
I was gonna say, what's that dude doing?
And he is still kind of wide-eyed and just looking crazy. And he says, "This is it. I'm gonna finish the mission. I'm not staying here. This place is cursed. I am done." And he's got the box with the dagger in it, and he's going over to the stables and getting ready to get his pony out of the stables, and he's going to venture out into the desolation here as it approaches midnight in the middle of the desolation.
That's a bad idea, I think.
Probably is. As a matter of fact, you know it's a bad idea.
This is a bad idea.
The desolation is much cooler at night. It's a much more pleasant place to live. And if one were going to trek across the desert, doing it at night on a moonlit night, in fact, like tonight, would be a pretty good idea because it's not as boiling hot as it is midday. It's certainly not as boiling hot as these fellows rode up here in. But typically folks don't, because there's bad enough stuff in the desolation during the daylight hours. At midnight in the desolation, there's a reason why there are walls around the outpost, right? And so, Osmond is being a bit of a maniac here.
It's being erratic.
Yeah. So what do you all want to do?
Stop him.
Yeah, close the gates.
Close the gates.
He's
The
either...
gates are closed. The gates are at least closed. They've been closed since
Okay,
the guys came
but
in.
I think he's either like doing something he shouldn't be doing. Like he's either like he just shouldn't be going out, or he's like mischievous. Like he's doing bad things.
So
I think it's a ruse.
he says,
Probably.
I've got to go. I've got to deliver this. I've got to get
Of course
this to
he
Andrew.
does.
So you're going to tell me I can't take this to Andrew?
I don't know who Andrew is.
Andrew is the scholar who's in the north. This is me explaining to you. Andrew is the scholar who's in the north that you remember the Crusaders were like,
Yeah,
we've got to
they have to go
contact
find
Andrew.
him.
Oh yeah.
Andrew is pretty much the second in command at Martyr's
So
Point.
basically, we have to help him go there.
That probably would be a good idea. Because Osmond is intent on going there, certainly.
Any
Like-
other?
Osmond, have you ever been out to the desolation?
I'm here. I got here.
You got here
Yes,
with the help of those
yes.
other guys.
Yeah, well, we had it was a fast ride and it was a long ride, but we got here.
And
Yes,
you're just going to go out there by yourself in the middle of the night.
yes.
Do you know where you're going?
I know that they were talking to the priest guy, and
The guy who's dead.
yes,
Yeah.
and apparently it's something about that. Andrew is to the north, and there are two menhir stones, and the second one is leaning over, and then from there you go 10 degrees to the northwest for another 2 hours.
Do you know which way is northwest?
Yes, that way is north, and northwest is like that.
All right,
Is
because
he
you
right?
kind of look like you
Yes,
don't know
he's
what you're
right.
doing. So I just want to make sure you know what you're doing. You want to go out there by yourself?
If you want to come with me, I would appreciate it.
Can you pay me?
No, I can't pay you. I'm a squire. I'm a crusader squire. I have nothing. I have the clothes on my back, and this pony isn't even mine, but it's my pony now.
So
Got some
I
horses?
He's not a little boy. He's
kind of step
he's
out of the
used to it.
shadows. If we were to get you where you need to be going, would they be able to pay us when we get there?
I don't know what Andrew's going to do. I don't know. I've met him because he's the second in command at the Citadel, but I don't, he and I don't have conversations. I'm the squire. I just know I have to get this box to Andrew. I got no promises to make of payment or anything.
What about them?
What about
Would you
them?
be willing to try?
Would I be willing to try?
Yes.
I guess so. Sure. If you want to extort money out of the out of Andrew, that's fine with me. I'll ask Andrew to pay you for your services to escort me.
I ask
We'll,
again, what about them? And I point to the dead bodies. Where's their stuff?
Yeah. I was going to say, I just walked over and started picking up their stuff.
Their stuff
getting a saddle.
is in the thing there, yeah.
I'll go in and look around and see what they have left behind.
Okay. So it's basically their stuff. I mean, he was hiding in the pile of gear.
Yeah, no. So, I mean,
he didn't.
I'm wearing like clothes, Brad.
Okay. So you did see that they had chainmail. Now, here's the deal. If you guys are going to go out into the wilderness, right, it would be perfectly reasonable as outpost personnel for you to requisition some armor, whatever armor would be appropriate for you. So you don't have to go stealing these guys. You can just...
Hey, this is payment.
I mean...
I can sell this stuff. I can sell this stuff.
What if this is unique loot we're talking?
It's not loot even.
Yeah.
It's just some more gear of which there's plenty lying around. You guys don't have to steal stuff. Imagine
stealing.
I want it for payment.
Okay. No, take it for payment. Then.
I'm taking it for payment.
You're going to take.
This is all mine. None of you touch it.
All right. So you get you get 2 sets of chainmail, I guess, and a couple of swords.
Okay.
And a couple of red cloaks.
Yeah.
And
do they have anything like crossbows or bows or those types of things?
let me actually. I literally know the answer to this. They do. In fact, these guys each carry a crossbow.
I would like one and as much ammunition as that will come with.
So the way we handle ammunition is, let me see if I can get this right. We can look it up
20
later.
shots or something.
Is it 20 shots?
20 is for the sling.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. No.
Oh.
So the way, so you're assumed to have like enough for 5 rounds for sure, right? So you get 5 rounds of combat for free. And then if you roll a 0, you're out of ammunition.
Okay. The props for
right.
Yeah, so that's the thing that keeps you from having to keep track of how many shots.
Awesome.
On one of the character sheets, not the one that we have, of course, on one of the character sheets that they have up on Drive-Thru RPG, it's a free download. It actually has a little spot to mark out all of your shots.
Well, if you want to be a spaz, I guess you can do that.
So you can keep track of
I think
them.
it's just easier to just kind of go.
I have hauled all the stuff into my little barrack and locked the door.
Oh, there's a lock on your door?
Well, you were hauling. I grabbed a crossbow and.
So Robin's pillaging your stash. It's way too much for one trip. So between trips,
you can't wear 2 sets of armor at once. I just want this crossbow
That's
so
fine.
that we don't die.
There wouldn't have to be another one of those, would there?
For a prize.
there are 2, or if you want a crossbow, just go get one.
One?
Because there are other crossbows here. You don't have to.
So the other guard, yeah, and
I will
kind of
acquire
armor
a crossbow. And
so
some amount of arrows.
So there's chainmail laying around. There is heavy leather armor. There's light leather armor, and there's brigadine armor.
So what is your?
laying around.
So Ian, what is your strength?
Yeah, that's the real
my
question.
strength is 9.
So you can wear either clothing or soft leather. That's what I have to wear too. So
No, you've got a good strength.
strength are 11 or higher, which I do have. So I guess I could wear hard leather. Yeah, I'll wear hard leather.
So you can't.
Can I acquire me a set of soft leather as well?
Yeah, it's just there. Like nobody's.
I know, but there's rules to this game, Brad, and we're trying to follow along with the rules.
Yeah.
We're just making sure
the rules of the game are. It's there. Yeah, he can't like get the heavy stuff. right?
Yeah.
Which gives me +2 my
But he
agility.
doesn't have to.
I'll
he doesn't
strap
have
on
to
some soft
barter.
leather armor as well.
Okay, so yeah,
Because
get the best
I'm-
armor that you can possibly handle, given your strength.
Okay, so I've got hard leather, which
Alright.
gives me +2 agility.
What does soft
No,
give you? Do you
it
have
doesn't
right
give you
there?
+2 agility.
It says agility +2.
That makes your defense agility +2.
Yeah.
Okay, so do I add that on to here?
So your
Not to
defense,
your agility,
Okay,
to your-
now your defense is your
defense.
agility +2.
+2. Okay,
Yeah.
So 13.
gotcha.
There you go.
Yep. So,
And I'll be happy with my staff, I guess,
Okay.
okay. And
because I don't think. I mean, I guess I should look up weapons and
So,
see.
did
what,
get a crossbow?
Yes, you did.
yeah, you can have a crossbow. You can have
You can have anything you want.
I think
You can have whatever. Oh no, you can have
Yeah.
whatever common. I'm sorry, I should have said that. You can have whatever common weapons you want because
It's like Willy Wonka opens the door, and it's like
you
it's
work
a
in an
world of
outpost, like-
imagination.
yes, you're like the
Yes, but I mean,
lowest grade.
I'm a refugee, right? I mean, it's like there's guards. They're the people that run this outpost, right?
They're not leaving. They're
There's-
not going.
But
with
then
this
there's
guy.
people that are at this outpost. We just can't go up to the requisitions guy and go,
You totally
you know,
can.
give me some army boots and things. He's going to say, you're not really part of this
You
outfit.
totally can. You've been
Okay.
staying with these people. You've been providing them food. They consider you
Okay.
part of the family. You.
All right.
That's what I'm.
think
That's
that's
what I'm
what-
trying to explain
yeah.
to you.
I think
is
we
they
get that 'cause
totally
we
like
said-
you. Yeah. Yeah.
we're willing to do this.
They're totally into you. You also are a worthy worshiper of the new god. So you're definitely going to get whatever armor you want.
Yes, totally.
Okay, so Ian has got soft leather.
Soft leather armor.
Yeah, and Stephen, you could with your strength 11, you could wear brigadine, which is basically leather armor with metal straps sewn
Oh,
into
yeah.
it.
What does that give me?
That would give you actually also 13. So
Okay, I'm fine with what I got. But I need to find where the weapons are in this book.
It is. I just went past it.
yep,
Page
weapons
103.
are page
103. Zoop, 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 zoop. Whoops.
Oh, I have.
So anything marked with a C in the right hand column is a common item, and you can have that.
Okay.
And Stephen, you got a strength, so you're not gonna care so much about the finesse things.
Yeah, my strength and my agility are the same, but I just wanted to make
Okay.
sure that I had the.
I think I will acquire me a staff as well.
All right, go right ahead.
Yeah, I'm fine with my staff. Because doesn't a staff give you. It doesn't have reach, does it?
No,
It doesn't. Oh, there are
it's a
ways
two-handed weapon.
you can
so-
you can give yourself reach by just taking a lunging attack and taking one bane. In fact, there are all kinds of ways to do stuff like that. By taking a bane will get you a
Okay.
little bit.
So
of
I kind of
advantage.
loaded myself up with two-handed weapons, so I don't think I'm going to worry about it. But
So you're just
shields
bristling with
are
two-handed shields are not in your area, sir.
no.
Well, I
No.
think most. Oh, I guess you can have a. Yeah, you can have a shield. You've got strength.
I mean, I'm not going to bother because again, I got me a crossbow and staff, so those are pretty too handy.
Yeah, you can have one small shield. You
Okay,
can carry
I'll
a
just
small shield.
have it. And
So
maybe
the other
if I
thing
wanna-
about encumbrance, though, Brian, is
okay,
you get as many items as
As
you
my
have
strength.
strength.
does ammunition count as an item?
No, it doesn't. I mean, it counts as an item. Ammunition.
Okay,
Ammunition is
So-
an item.
so a week of rations, is that one item?
That's a one item. That's an item.
Oh, so,
Yeah,
I got
Adara's going to pick that up.
so it's a
Only an
sack
hour
one
away.
item?
Just pick it up
No,
a week of rations.
Okay.
sack is not an item, but the items in the sack are each items.
I'm good. I'm set. Let's go.
All right. One other thing, Hum.
Yes.
You do happen to know for a fact that Frederick kept 2 healing potions inside the little small altar in the temple.
I'm going to grab those.
You probably ought to grab those.
Grab them. Put those in my equipment.
Do you
Yep.
have any holy symbols?
Do I?
Almost certainly.
Yep.
You might want to put a holy symbol there, but you don't have any power. Like you don't have. So at level 0, everybody has 0 power.
Hey, I'm
so,
just a
Oh, a holy symbol.
refugee. I'm just a refugee. I just assume that every holy man has a holy symbol that will beat back the undead, unlike the holy men at my city, which allowed my wife and child to die.
Got these
Stephen,
2 fingers.
You don't have to live like a refugee.
I do. It says right here in my profession,
Like
wilderness
his
refugee.
character.
I was quoting Tom Petty.
Does anyone
He's
want
too young.
a spare torch?
I think Brian may be too young.
No.
I'm good.
What was it?
I know
Holy
Tom
what
Petty.
now?
The holy symbol.
Holy
By
symbol.
the way, the holy symbol of the new god
Yeah, what is that?
is a snake eating its own tail.
Okay. So like.
Oh, Rob Oros.
Yeah.
Very good, son. I'm super proud of you for knowing that. Being
Do you
just
not watch Red Dwarf?
some kid in high school. He actually has watched a couple of episodes of Red Dwarf.
But he hasn't learned about his father, Rob Oros?
Is that what that is?
What?
I'd never.
Yeah, he's like
Robin Smith.
David was found in a
Wait.
box
Wait, what?
with Rob Oros written on the side, and that was a hint later to himself that he's basically his own dad.
Wait, Red Dwarf?
Red Dwarf. Yes.
Did you know this, Robin?
I did not know that, but that was funny.
Wait, Red Dwarf, the old BBC
BBC,
comedy
yes.
series? Okay.
Is it like on a chain or is it just like a.
It can be on a chain, or it can be, since it's like a little ring thing, you could actually just like have one you hold in your hand, like a,
Is it like on
like
a ring?
metal circle. No, I mean, it's a circle, right? It's
Oh,
like,
I just like hold it, carry it
you
around.
just hold it and carry it around with you. You could wear it on a chain.
Maybe
around your
keep it
neck.
on like a belt.
You could keep it on a belt.
Just
Yeah.
be like, whoosh.
Now you notice whenever you've seen clerics use it as like spell casting stuff,
Do its eyes
they'll,
glow
they'll
when
grab
orcs
them
are
and wave
nearby?
them around and stuff. No, its eyes do not glow when orcs are nearby. Orcs, by the way, in this game, it's worth noting, are not.
Unholy creatures.
Yeah, they're sort of more like Klingons.
They're just gross. They're just gross guys.
They're really combaty. They were bred in the
for
Empire
war.
as slaves for war.
And then they rebelled.
Yeah, they did. So
Interestingly, there's no elves in this thing, but I mean, it's like not a class.
Well, there
I'm sorry,
are
not an
elves.
ancestry you can play,
Not in the
but there's
core rulebook.
elves.
Yeah, there are
So
elves.
there's an expansion.
Yeah,
you
Terrible
guys have
Beauty.
likely never seen an elf in your life.
Probably not.
Yeah,
They're not friendly.
they don't. They're kind of like how Sam is like, "Ooh, elves." It's kind of All right, so
So
now
we've loaded up montage.
loading up montage.
Strapping
Now
on the armor.
here's my question: when do you propose to head out? Because I wasn't kidding. At night there are
Morning.
bad things out there.
So I think we would know that a bit,
Can
being like going out to like hunt things. I think we know that a bit. So I think we try to convince
Osmond
Osmond
to leave in the
to wait
morning.
until sunrise.
Yeah,
First light.
You might even go. Like if you go an hour before sunrise, you can make it
before
there.
it's hot.
At 11 a.m., we have to make a heat check, and the heat check out here, like you can gain insanity from heat stress, and you can also take a health loss. So
As one does.
as one does exactly. A health loss is not like hit point loss. I mean, that's your total. It eats off your total hit points and then comes back after you've rested. But
So
it's not like taking damage.
yeah,
It's
try to
just-
convince him we need to wait. If we're going to go there, we have to wait until
a little before dawn.
yeah.
You promise.
Yes. But if we want to survive to get there, we're going to have to wait.
Okay.
And you're going to need to sleep.
Where can I sleep? Because I'm not going back in there.
No, dude, that's all right. You can sleep here.
Or you can sleep with me. Let's snuggle. Just kidding. That'd be weird.
We can like camp if you want. We can camp here together, so we can all be together, and we can take. If you want someone to be on watch, we could do that.
But I mean, the guards are on high alert at this point.
But
Yeah, the guards
yeah.
are swarming
So we're
the place,
going to
so-
be fine.
Okay.
We're going to be fine, man.
Okay.
I'm
Just
trying to
calm
make.
down.
I'm just trying to calm
Okay.
him down and say
All right.
we're going to take care of this.
Okay, so
Be calm.
Osmond's chilling out. He's relaxing. He's going to be calm. He will be mellow, and you guys can set off at the lovely hour of 4 a.m. About an hour before dawn.
And how long do we get to sleep?
Well, it was about midnight when this occurred, so if you can calm yourself down,
Still about midnight.
Yeah,
yeah.
it was a little before midnight. so-
Because
Nora
combat's
just-
really fast. I mean, like, it's like 10 seconds or something.
yeah, each round is 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So like,
So
combat just
Okay.
you just rip through combat when.
So it's maybe like
in time.
12:30, 1 o'clock.
Adora just rolls up in her blanket. Out.
Good night.
All right. So 4 a.m. comes around. Osmond is like, "Can we go? Can we go? Can we go?"
Quiet. Let's go.
All right. He's getting his pony out of the stable.
We don't have horses. Can we
No,
just go?
we have the dude's horses.
There are the dude's horses, although
We only have 2.
If you look at them, you can see that Osmond. In fact, Osmond's pony is a wreck because the 2 horses and the pony, they rode them all day. And when Osmond took them to the stable, clearly all he did was take them to the stable.
There's no stable master.
Put away wet.
The stable master didn't bother because that's what this little squire's job is. So yeah, they were literally put away wet and put away saddled.
Oh no!
So they are in no condition.
So we have to walk.
Well, the fact is, these crusaders with their war horses into the desert.
And that's what these are?
Yeah, is kind of a joke. In fact, all around the outpost, that is a bit of a joke that the crusaders ride these war horses in the desert because the war horses can't gallop through the sand. They're not, so basically everybody walks. If you ride a horse, the horse is walking very slowly because it's climbing up and down these sand dunes. And
Philip had to find that out the hard way.
The horse did not get Philip very far from town.
No, didn't get his wife and child over there.
Exactly,
Just imagining the horse from the never-ending story.
Artax!
Oh, Artax, that's right.
So yeah, you guys can walk. You can take horses if you want, but it's not going to get you there any faster. You can take a mule if you want to take a mule. In fact, that would be sort of the sensible thing. If you want to take, for example, a bunch of extra water, Drusilla's Tears actually has its name for the spring that the temple is built over. So there is this. The outpost is here because of the spring and the oasis that is here. So you guys, the outpost has got tons and tons of water.
Yeah, we'll load up this mule with water and then head out because it's going to be a long trek.
It's going to be.
So let's kind of take care of the horses while we're there.
Yeah, I also
saddle, make sure they got food and feed and water.
Give Osmond a talking to because you do not treat your animals that way.
Well, we were tired, and I thought you had people to do this.
Well, there's a thing around here that we have called responsibility, and we do things ourselves sometimes.
Okay.
Might try it sometimes.
Fine. All right. Fine. Whatever. He gives you an eye roll as teenagers do.
Everyone pulls their own weight. I throw a couple of water skins at him to catch.
All right. He carries them trudgingly.
Sure.
All right. So you set off trudging off to the north. Looking for the first of the 2 men here that you're going to use as your guideposts. So the sun rises, the day begins to warm up. It's not unbearable yet. Right? You're getting a few hours into this, about 3.5 hours in, and you come across the first men here. And as you approach the first men here, 4 figures step out from behind them. Men here is really like a big standing stone.
Yeah.
So, 4 figures step out from behind you. You're about 20 yards away from it. On 2 on one side of the stone, 2 on the other side of the stone. 3 of the 4 figures are basically identical, and by identical I mean absolutely
uncanny.
Identical. Yeah, they are 3 hobgoblins. That is, they're like basically tall goblins. They're kind of pinkish gray skin, kind of piggy faces and pointy ears. They're all 3 wearing brigandine armor. They're all 3 carrying a big cleaver, as their weapons, right? And they all 3 look precisely, exactly alike.
Weird, droopy hound or basset hound-esque faces.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, doggy, piggy kind of face.
Ugnaught like.
Yeah, not entirely like an Ugnaught. Yeah, more doggy than an Ugnaught is piggy, but yeah. And then the third is a really androgynous figure, very tall, thin figure, dressed in just really beautiful green and golden colors, and carrying a longbow, like holding a longbow.
I blame you, Stephen.
Don't blame me.
And he says, that's far enough.
Okay.
Come to a halt.
So we'll be taking the dagger.
I don't think so.
No.
Yes. Yes, we will.
No.
We'll take the dagger.
No.
Start raising the
Right now.
crossbow back.
So Osmond is like just walking up to them with the box with the dagger. So there's you're about 20 yards away.
Oh, wait. These aren't the guys we're supposed to give it to, right?
No.
These
Not
are
Andrew.
definitely not. This is definitely not Andrew.
They have
not
like a little
supposed to
name
be
tag that
giving
say
it-
not Andrew.
Not
Not
Andrew.
Andrew.
Hi, my name is not Andrew.
Not
Yeah.
supposed to be
You
giving
Andrew,
it
by
to
the
Fey
way.
folk, are we?
Actually, did you ask that?
Is that appropriate of me to ask? Like,
You could say, "Are you Andrew?" By the church. Yeah, yeah.
What's your name?
well, I mean, we know they're not Andrew, so why ask?
So he says, "My name is the Raven's Bloody Talon."
It's kind of long, don't you think?
It's a beautiful name for a beautiful, beautiful creature. So he smiles as Osmond approaches with the dagger.
So Osmond's walking up to
I'll
him.
rush up and like grab him, pull him back. No.
So you're gonna grab Osmond.
Yeah,
Okay, we got to
pull
figure
him
out how to do a grab roll here.
Grab roll.
So you're gonna grab a guy. So this is the bit where folks listening at home, we're not that familiar with the rules, so we're gonna find this stuff out quickly.
Yeah, it's
We
under
will learn.
combat, I
It
think.
is under combat. Thank you
Under-
very much.
Yeah, because I think you
Move.
can grab.
There's literally a grab move.
Yeah, there's like a whole grabbed thing. I have a grabbed condition. Taking my other Pepsi. Darn you,
Combat,
Ian.
move, jump, fly.
Parry, twist.
Pair,
Right, I haven't
stabilize,
seen that
reload.
cartoon forever.
Grab. It's an attribute.
Well, I thought it was an action.
Escape, feint, grab. Look, page 52.
Thank you very much. There it
There's
is.
one hand free to grab.
So choose a target creature within your reach that has a physical body, not a spirit, for example, and make a strength or agility attack roll against the target's agility. Ooh.
Okay, so I'll do a strength. And I roll a
2.
a 3 total
A 3 total.
against his agility. Now that Osgood could have a bad agility.
Osmond does have some kind of agility. Osmond's agility is...
Probably not.
Probably not a 2.
Well, Osmond's agility is
So I
superior
miss.
to that.
I try to
The
lunge out
baseline
to
human
grab.
is 10.
So Philip lunges out to grab him, just misses as he steps away out of my grasp.
Okay. And so we're gonna switch to
Combat.
combat action.
So
Combat time.
Bang.
Osmond, stop blocking or we're going to do something really ill-advised.
He turns around and says, "Try to stop me."
Uh-oh.
Oh, he's pissed.
No, he's a bad guy.
He's so evil.
That
He's a
dagger.
bad guy.
Dagger is not
It's a
good.
cursed object.
All right, well, I guess we
So
gotta
it's
decide
fast
fast
turn.
and
So
slow.
Osmond is about 10 yards away from everybody else, except for Philip. So Philip is right there. So you guys get to choose if you're taking a fast... Philip's taking a fast turn!
I will go ahead
Somebody
and
have a crossbow ready?
Somebody sniped
No,
the
you don't
dagger
have a
out of
cross-
his
well,
hand.
maybe you could as these,
Why
as
would I
these
not?
guys...
As I was
All
walking
right,
through
we'll
the
say you
desert
can-
where
all
there's
right.
dangerous creatures.
Fine, you have your crossbow ready. Okay, so Philip, you get to take the first
Yep,
fast
I'm
turn.
gonna take my staff and just bring it down really hard across his arm.
Okay.
Osmond?
On Osmond, yeah. And I roll a I roll a 7.
A 7 is
A
not going
7.
to hit him. So he just steps out of the way and laughs
Uh-oh.
at you.
All right, well, there's my whole turn.
Ah,
Anybody else want to take a fast turn?
I'll take a fast turn.
All right, Dirk, what do you got?
I think I'm going to try to shoot the elf guy.
You're going to try to shoot the elf guy. Okay. Go right ahead.
That's such a beautiful name.
Oh, that's
Oh
a
my-
1. That sounds about right.
Yeah, so your
Congratulations,
your
Brian.
shot goes... yeah.
No
Wow.
matter the system,
Wow, it
no
doesn't
matter the
matter.
location,
Yeah.
if it's Brian, it's a
You'll roll
1.
Wow, even in the die I provide for you.
Now you have to flush that down the toilet. Right?
I'll take a fast
Well,
turn.
it's already. I mean, he'd sullied it, so I had to. I just went with the territory. All right, so that an arrow goes spinning off into the sky. All right, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna throw a dagger at the elf guy.
At the elf guy?
That's 20 yards away.
He's 20 yards away,
20
so it's
yards
going to be. I think that's long range. We can check.
No, you're right. Can I throw a dagger
You can throw a dagger.
at Osmond,
But
at the thing holding his hand or the box or something?
So you can call a shot like that, but you'll be rolling with one bane. A called shot like that would be really cool for a very heroic character to do, because a heroic character can afford to take a bane.
I'm heroic.
You're just some dude at this point. So,
but I mean,
if you want to take a called shot, and knock yourself out. So,
well,
did we write down what the range was on your daggers?
No,
I did not.
Is it in this?
I have thrown short range, but I don't know what short range is.
Right. And this is I've looked this up about 1 million times. I think short range is either 5 or 10 yards, but I can never.
Because they did use yards.
Whoa. Range,
page 43.
Let's see.
Yep, the target or the point from which the effect originates must be within 5 yards of you. So you would have to get up a little closer to him.
So you probably wouldn't be able to do it with a fast action.
I won't do fast.
Hang on for a slow action. Okay, now here's another thing a person can do on a fast action. Not usually for a ranged attack, but you can make a charge. Now, a charge lets you move your movement. You get a one full move, and you get to attack as a fast action. Or you can move and then charge, so you get double movement. But you roll the die with a bane. So the cost of getting the extra movement there is you take a 1d6. Subtract it from your die.
Yeah.
So I should do that?
No. I'm just saying.
okay.
I'm just saying it's a thing a person could do.
I'm
not recommending it by any means. So, Adara, do you want to take a fast turn? Or are you going to go for a slow turn?
I'm going to do for a slow turn.
Okay, so good old Osmond is going to take a fast turn, and he is going to lash out at his new best enemy in the world.
Oh, no.
Philip, who's tried to grab him.
I don't like Osmond.
So Osmond is going to pull out a bronze scimitar that he's been carrying.
A bronze scimitar.
And he's going to roll to hit you. Oh, I left my dice way over there.
Brad, come to the table not prepared.
Jeez, what's wrong with me? Osmond rolls a 19.
Oh, well, that's a hit.
Yeah, and he gets a... all right, that's a hit. We don't need to worry about the fact that he has a +3 strength bonus for that.
Oh, geez, I thought this guy's a little puny guy.
You thought he was.
He's possessed.
Probably no longer.
He's got the power of
the dagger.
The dagger compels him.
Yeah, something's happening. So he's going to hit you for a whopping great 2 + 2, so 4 damage to you, Stephen. You don't need to write it down, bud. Here's what we're going to do.
I already wrote it down.
4 damage for you. Take 4 damage tokens.
That was kind of
significant chunk.
Nice.
It's
Poker chips
about a quarter of my.
Right.
It's about a quarter of my health right there.
Okay.
Because I had 11 health, but I got a
It's
healing
like
rate.
a third of your. It's more than
a third of my health. Yeah. So healing rate is that only occurs when you're resting, or does that happen every round?
So if you were to say drink a potion,
okay.
You heal your healing rate. If you were to get a healing spellcaster in you heal your healing rate.
Guess what we don't have.
Well, he's got
if
2.
you take an 8-hour rest, you heal your healing rate.
Yes.
Okay.
Or actually, you might heal all the way up. Actually, now
okay.
This is going to be brutal if you only
8-hour rest will heal you up. I don't think you can heal you. Well done.
All right. Well, he hit me.
Okay, so you took some damage.
I did take some damage.
All right, so now we're moving into... Oh, actually, no, I take that back. The Raven's Bloody Talon. He's going to take a shot with that bow of his. So he is going to roll, and he's going to attack Stephen.
No, Philip. He's attacking Philip.
He's attacking Philip. Sorry.
With what? What is he attacking me?
He's shooting his longbow at you.
The
longbow.
This is bad.
So he is going to hit you. He would hit a 16.
That's,
yeah.
And this is against my defense, which is 13, so...
Yep, and so he's going to do 1 point of
All
damage.
right, 1 point of damage.
Thank goodness.
I got sliced at, and as I'm spinning around, I get an arrow to the knee.
Yep. You used to be an adventurer.
Yeah.
Stop. Good God. That just made me so, like, sad and mad. You used to be an adventurer. Like, Steven's little quip was bad enough, and then you were just like, oh, I know that one. God.
Brutal. You know, other dads don't know that one. You should be happy you have a dad who knows that one. So there. No. Gee whiz. Wow. Oh, everybody's a critic. All right. Slow turns.
Goes to only one.
Nope,
You
Ian's a
guys-
slow
you guys are
too.
You
both
just
also.
okay.
So
Ian's
good.
smelling his cherry wood turn marker that Stephen made for us.
It smells nice.
It
Does
does
it?
smell. It smells really,
It smells wonderful.
really nice.
Smells
Yeah.
like wood
Smells like
burning.
a fine smoked cheese.
All right. Who wants to go first? Adara or Hum? So I'll look at them being all polite to each other.
Well,
You
we're
both
gonna
miss a
be
turn.
nice. In like 2 sessions, we're just gonna be like, it's my turn.
Yes.
Adara will move away from the group to get farther away.
Farther away, okay.
Because they're only, what, like 40 yards away?
You're 20 yards
20
away.
yards away. So she
Yeah.
wants to, move back
Okay.
more and actually move behind the mule
Okay. All right.
Get some cover.
to get some cover.
Okay. Very good.
And then with her crossbow, shoot at one of the hobgoblins.
One of the hobgoblins. Okay. Which one do you want? You want one of the guys standing, the two over there, or the one standing next to Raven's Bloody Talon?
Whichever. Yeah. Raven's Bloody Talon.
Okay. All right. Shoot at that one.
So this is a crossbow. Crossbow's not finesse, is it? So it's plus my strength.
Crossbow's a ranged weapon.
yeah, it's a ranged
ranged
weapon, so it's
weapons are always
agility.
Agility. Okay. It's way over there. So 6, 7. This die didn't do
Yeah.
well
Oh,
either.
I'm very impressed by your bring them in from outside dice, Robert.
Ah.
No, it snicks into the ground at his feet.
I'm doing great.
What is the range on that crossbow? Did you look?
100 yards.
Oh, okay.
So
you've got
I have
plenty
quite a
of-
bit of range
Okay.
to get.
It's a long range. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Hum, what are you going to do?
I do have a bow.
You do have a bow, which you could have used
Not
on your
used to.
fast turn. It's okay. It doesn't matter.
You can
It's fine.
still.
You can still
Yeah.
do it, but you could go get behind the mule too.
Does the bow have the reload? Or...
What's the bow's range? Let me check.
The bow doesn't have to reload the way a crossbow has to reload. Okay. So you're going to be
That's going to be annoying.
reloading.
Should have maybe got me a bow.
Well, if you survive,
Are you
maybe
looking-
you'll get
I'm
one.
looking for bow range.
The bow range is long.
Oh, it'll be 100 yards.
I'm good.
Easy peasy. Yeah, you're definitely
Okay.
in range for that.
So I'm
So-
gonna shoot at the. Part of me just wants to shoot at what's his name, because he just
The bad guy.
And Osmond?
Osmond, because he just tore into Philip over there.
Yeah, he did. He totally
Like that was not cool, dude.
Yeah.
It was
Osmond,
really uncool.
Osmond is not. Yeah. Osmond
Aim
is.
for the head.
Okay, do you want to do a
Called
called
shot.
shot or do you just want to shoot him?
Oh, should I called shot? What's
I don't think you should
Called
call
shot's
it.
going to give you a bane. You probably don't
Yeah, you want
want
to
a bane.
probably
Yeah.
just want to hit him.
just hit him?
Okay.
Also because I'm like, you
Yeah.
know,
Try to hit him,
knowing
unlike me.
So what's your agility bonus
I'm not
that's
used
going
to-
on this?
Shooting at humanoids.
I don't have an agility bonus. I
Okay.
have 10.
All right, so roll it.
Roll it. Oh boy.
Yeah. Never mind.
Yeah.
I thought
I
there
got
was
an
a
8.
1 in there.
You got an 8, so
8.
it misses. All right.
Great.
So everybody missed, man. I think
I
you
know.
didn't do your monster tables correctly there, Brad.
Really?
None of us
Because
did it
We're
together,
just-
so-
I'm thinking I did them exactly the way I should have. Fast turns.
Oh boy.
Okay, so it's time to go again.
Oh, well, no, actually, the hobgoblins are
Yeah,
going
the
to.
hobgoblins.
I forgot the
Slow
hobgoblins.
turns.
Yeah, they're going to take their slow turns. So the hobgoblins will advance up to Philip.
Mm.
Dude, he's in trouble.
Yeah.
He is in trouble.
Well, his name is Philip Grinder for a reason.
He's going to fill up the grinder. I get it. Oh, look at that. That's so cute.
Oh my. That's really. Wow. Bravo, sir.
Yeah.
Bravo.
So one of the hobgoblins goes up to maneuvers up to Philip and
Shambles.
takes a swing with his cleaver. Oh, he totally hits.
Oh.
All right.
Ouch.
Poor
That's
Philip.
atrocious.
So Philip, you're not the damage sponge that you think you are.
I never thought I was.
I'm going to point out that
What
What is your health?
My health is 11.
so he's almost injured.
I'm almost. Yeah.
Can I throw him a
Is
potion?
injured, bloodied?
You could.
Yeah. Is there a bloodied thing?
Yeah, injured. So when you're halfway, you're injured. So you're very close to being
All right.
injured.
Well, let's roll for damage then, Brad.
I'm trying to get there.
Is it like 3d6 or?
It's 1d6 plus 2, so 7. Philip is
I'm dead.
down. No, you're not dead. You are dying.
Yep. I've got 12 damage.
I'm not dead yet.
So, as other people, like, what are our... when this happens,
So I get
what do we
a
do?
Well,
I get a dying card
well, we
here.
need to first not die.
I am unconscious. At the end of the round, make a fate roll. On a 1, you die. On a 2 to 5, nothing happens. On a 6, you become disabled. So at the end of the round. So after all of... So the goblins can continue to attack me, right?
They're not. You're down. They're
Oh,
not,
okay. They
they're
think I'm
not
gone.
Idiots. Yeah.
Okay.
So another hobgoblin walks up to Osmond.
Third one?
Yeah,
There's 4.
There's 3 of them.
3 of them.
Oh.
Yeah. So the second one walks up to Osmond and just takes the box from him
No.
and walks back up to Raven's Bloody Talon, where the other hobgoblin is still standing. And that hobgoblin is just going to stand there with Raven's Bloody Talon.
What happens to Osmond?
Osmond,
Does he
didn't I-
like snap out, or is he still like
Good for us?
twisting the mustache?
We'll see when it goes to fast turns.
So that was the end of the
Okay.
round, so I got to make my check.
You have to make a check. Yes, don't roll a 1.
A 3. Nothing happens.
Okay.
Oh, did me and Brian's frightened go away?
Yeah, your friend went
That
away
was a long time
ages
ago.
ago.
That was the last combat, dude.
Yeah, totally ages ago.
Can I take like a fast action just to
This is fast actions. You can take a fast action.
see?
But it
what-
only gives you 1 action.
You
Though.
can only-
Remember that.
Have an action, or you can wait for a slow turn and have a move and an action. Or you can move during your fast action.
Well, we have to get that knife back or that dagger. Knife.
So yeah, you got to make a choice.
I'm gonna take a slow action and move in on try to get to the guy who's has the thing.
The hobgoblin.
Yeah.
You're gonna wait for the
Yeah,
slow
wait for the
actions.
slow
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Any of the other 2 of you want to take a fast action?
No.
Robin.
No.
Okay. All right. Slow
We're very
turns.
cautious.
Osmond is going to just walk away from Philip's body.
Fast
And-
monsters.
No,
No.
no monsters are taking fast action.
Right.
So, I guess Osmond could take a fast action since all he's going to do is move. So he's just going to follow and walk up to Raven's Bloody Talon. And as he does, you realize that his features are morphing, and he just he turns back to look at you, and his face is just kind of like a weird, kind of like a twisted pile of sticks and old leaves and stuff. He's just, and his hands are just kind of like
Gross.
tree sticks kind of sticking out of the sleeves of his coat. Clothes.
Very fetching.
Very fetching indeed. And so the now 5 of them stand there and look at you. The other, I guess on this fast turn, the other hobgoblin that whacked Philip is going to walk back up there too. So the 5 of them are going to stand there by the men here, and it is now slow turns. If you guys want to take a slow turn,
Doing this?
I'm gonna.
I stow my crossbow and pull out staff. I kind of like nod at them and.
I want to go in there. I'm
Go for it.
Okay,
Do
I
what you're
start
going to do.
walking.
just move.
We don't have time to, debate this. So
I'm
do
kinda
what you
running.
so
will do.
who's taking their slow turn first?
You start talking first.
Yep.
Go for it.
Okay,
Dirk.
All right, Dirk's taking his
Who
slow turn.
has the box?
Raven's Bloody Talon is holding the box.
I'm gonna try to clobber him.
Okay, roll it.
Right in his pretty face.
Right, maybe probably not. 10, 7, 8.
8.
8. One of
No,
those numbers.
That's not
No.
gonna clobber him. Sorry. All right.
I will move and try to clobber him with a knife or a dagger.
You're
Sorry.
gonna run up there and try to stab him.
Yes.
You're still too far away. You shot with a bow. You're back by the mule with Robin.
I'll move up and shoot with the bow.
Okay, so you can move up and shoot with the bow. So you're going to move up to like where Philip is?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. And
I'm dying.
Can I also pass him a potion? Should I do that?
One of the things you can have that you would have is there's like a little medical kit. So you could, instead of attacking them, you could get busy with a medical kit and prevent him from dying.
Should I do that?
That's your choice.
Want me to do that,
so he's
Steven?
at the end of the round, he's going to
It's up
roll
to you,
and
man.
die.
You do whatever you want to do.
Okay. So I heal him.
He's got
You
a 1 in
guys can
6
talk
chance
about
of
this.
dying
You
right
can
now.
talk about this.
Yeah, you can attack. If you want to attack, attack.
I will attack.
Okay.
Okay. So you're going to
Good luck, Steven.
Raven's
Raven's
That was
bloody
what the
talon.
Okay.
I gotcha.
Ooh, better.
Wow.
16.
What's your, and you
Plus
have a
your
0
strength?
bonus?
Well, I was
It's
doing,
agility.
Agility.
0.
0. So 16.
Okay. So
1d3.
you hit him. Like,
Nice.
roll your damage.
Ooh, 3.
6.
Ooh.
Yeah.
1d3, so 3 damage. All right, so he takes 3 damage. Where's my pen?
Brushes it off.
There it
There's
is.
a pencil.
No, he doesn't brush it off.
He felt that.
He clearly felt it, and he looks at you and he goes, "You wound me." But he seems kind of impressed, yeah, amused by this. And takes this sword he has, raises it, and kind of spins it in a circle and waves it once. And his whole body erupts into a flock of starlings. And they fly about 3 sand dunes away, where they come back together, and he is whole again.
With the box.
With the box, yes. He's still in the box.
Awesome.
Yes.
Cheers.
And then he disappears behind the dune.
So now we just have what's his name? Osgood?
Osmond.
Oscorp.
You call it Oswin.
And the hobgoblins.
And the hobgoblin.
And the
There you go.
hobgoblin.
So you
Oh,
do have some
Philip
Spider-Man.
expiring on the
So we do have
sand.
some Spider-Man villains here.
So,
Yeah, we
Oh
do.
my gosh.
Osborn and the Goblins.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Go figure. Wow.
Hobgoblins, right?
Wow.
Yes.
What a terrible coincidence.
The hobbly goblins.
so to prevent Philip from expiring on the sand,
Mm-hmm.
Adara would move over to him and is that the
Bandage.
stabilize
Yeah.
action?
Yeah, the
And
stabilize
attempt
action.
to stabilize
So,
him.
Alright,
do you
so
need
we
to
have
roll
to
for
do
that, or
first
does
I
it
have
just
no
happen?
idea, I just have it on my
Let's
list.
find out.
Ooh, let's go back to the actions. I should put a bookmark on that.
I just had it listed. Wait. Page 48. I wrote down what page it was on.
Good for
Oh,
you.
nice.
You're ahead of the game master.
Hide, rush, stabilize. Choose one incapacitated creature within reach. Make an intellect challenge roll with 1 bane.
If the
If the
creature
creature
is
is
dying.
Okay.
He's dying, right?
He is
So,
dying.
yeah.
Yes.
So,
So 1d20 minus 1d6 plus your
You
intellect.
said that's on page 48.
Yep.
Yeah.
so
Ooh, so 5 plus your intellect
0.
is not
It's
10.
not 10.
I am not doing
There is
well.
no penalty
There are no penalties. You just
I'm just
can't- it's
trying.
unless he rolls a 1 at
It's
the
a
end of this
tougher
turn
case than
now.
that.
Yeah.
So, Dirk, have you taken your action?
Yeah, I tried to
Did.
swing at
That's
the
right.
raven.
That's
So
right.
I'm
You
just,
didn't
I'm just
claw,
trying to
Hey,
catch
hobgoblins
her.
need
So
to do anything?
the 2 hobgoblins who've not acted yet spend their movement and their action as another movement, and so they move twice over to where you saw Raven's bloody talon.
Man, they don't
They're
really
Oro
care.
and NOFT.
They're just ignoring everybody.
They just don't care.
3, nothing happens.
We are obviously not
Who
that
are
big of a
these
threat.
guys?
This is Raven's bloody talon and 3 hobgoblins.
Well,
And
I think you meant in a larger
yeah.
sense.
I think I'm not telling him that answer. Okay, so we're back around to fast action. Stephen made it, Philip made it through his dying check. Anybody want to do anything as a fast action, particularly somebody who's already where she thinks she needs to be? and
Yes,
has
I
nothing
will
else to do?
continue to stabilize.
All right, try it again.
Try it again. Oh my god.
Even worse.
-1. She is a -1.
It's
Oh,
like she
Oh
pulled out
man.
what is it, the EpiPen or whatever, and just like totally whiffed.
poke
Any
it
of
in
these
your
guys
eye.
This is
Oh,
like,
my
I should
God.
try this one. This is like
Here,
my
or-
magic 20 die, but it is not, they're just not doing it.
Osmond hasn't left the scene yet, But no, they're clearly not.
Tree
They're
beam.
not particularly interested in you.
We are not a threat.
He's a green man.
I think I'll basically take the slow and kind of back off. And...
Okay. Well, you wait for the slow action.
They're gonna get away.
You're waiting for a slow
I'll
action?
wait for a slow action.
Okay.
Should I give Steven the potion? I have 2. You're dying.
Pretty much, I'm just like patting at him, going, I don't know what to do! I don't know what to do! I don't know what
so
blood
much
is coming from!
There's so much blood!
I think there's more now!
I can't tell if it's dirt or blood or what!
Like the little Dutch boy.
So he's like, oh, they have 2
Stick in my
thumbs.
fingers!
And he's like on the ground, he's like, I'm literally behind you.
Twitching if I get a nerve, because I just stuck my finger
All right,
in a
slow-
wound.
Who needs a slow turn here?
Someone heal him.
Slow turns.
Yeah, if they're not attack, I'm just going to kind of back away from them defensively and head back towards those guys.
All right. What do you want to do for your slow turn?
I'll give Steven a potion.
Okay.
All right. How do healing potions work?
So healing potion, I believe, just basically gives you a. Well, it's going to give you your healing rate back.
Oh, so I
you
just
have-
get like 2?
You have 2 hit points,
Wow.
All right.
and you're not dying anymore.
All right. I'm not dying anymore.
Yeah.
How close to actual death was he?
If he rolled a 1,
Does he
He
just...
would be
Yeah, if I rolled a
dead.
1, I'd be dead.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so he was.
I've got a health
He was as
of
close as he
2.
gets.
Yeah. He keeps. Yeah. Oh, man, we might have. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Maybe I should have made you disabled, not dying. But oh well.
Oh man, can you
It's all
believe
right.
in the
Sense of
PDF
urgency.
the index
Yeah.
is not hyperlinked to anything?
Oh, that's
That's
ridiculous.
awful.
That is awful. All right, that is awful. Yeah, maybe we should have made you disabled instead of dying. Sorry, I got excited because someone was dying, but I may have been a little.
No, it said in the dying condition, if I drop below, if I hit 0, then I'm
Dying.
Okay.
then I'm dead.
Okay. All right. Good. Okay. All right. So,
Combat over.
yeah, the other hobgoblins are going to take their slow turn to move over there, and Osmond, before he moves with them, he just says, "You ignorant filth, you are worthless."
Yep.
And then he also joins them on the other side of the dune.
That's a fair cop.
I'm sorry we were nice to you!
So
Whatever, tree man.
So you're going to taunt the guys who are now walking away and not killing you. Well done.
Dude, they're stupid. They're ugly, and
They were ugly.
You're ugly.
you're ugly, and you stole our stuff.
You're like,
I'm beautiful. I am beautiful.
You're ugly, and you took our quest giver.
So now you have a Philip lying on the ground with 2 hit points
yep.
and a mule
And some water.
and some water. You have a lot of
We
water,
could give some Philip some
And we're
water.
by this big statue.
and you're by a big menhir standing still. Yeah,
Maybe.
Kind of use that for shade.
I was gonna say, pull Philip over and prop him up.
yeah.
Give him some water.
So
Oh, I did become disabled, not.
not
Oh,
dying.
not
Yeah,
dying.
I was pretty sure I did that wrong.
Yeah.
I was
That's
too
all right.
excited. Folks at home, that's not how you play that. So you would have been 2 rolls of 1. So when you're disabled and you roll a 1, then you become dying.
Oh.
So that's how we should have played that.
Yeah.
So
Oh, well.
we just zipped right to the dying bit, or by we I mean me, basically. So a rest to have a meaningful rest in this game, it's got to be an 8-hour kind of thing.
I say we take shelter by the stone, see if we can get any shade from that thing, and wait it out until nightfall.
Well, we're still in the morning, aren't we?
Oh.
It's about 8 a.m.
Oh,
So-
still okay.
Yeah.
Can we-
If you were to take an 8-hour rest, you would get another healing rate back. If you rest for a full 24 hours, you would get back up to your full health.
Mm. And how far away do you think we are from Andrew?
You've got another. I mean, it's not quite 8 o'clock, but so you've got another like 3 hours to the next menhir, and then a couple hours past that.
Hmm.
Can he rest while he's on the mule?
We can call that.
Have to rest?
No, I mean he's got to be on the mule for 8 hours. I mean, even
I know,
you
so
don't have 8
long.
hours left to
Sorry,
go.
dude.
So you'll get to Andrew before 8 hours.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But
I
maybe
think
we
should
can
get
put
to
you on the
Andrew
mule.
and
If you're not
report.
feeling like you can walk, we can stick you
Yeah,
on
and
the
he
mule.
has an arrow in my knee.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be walking anytime
I have
soon.
a-
Can
So
I
potion.
recover that bolt? I guess it don't really
That's-
matter.
that's-
It doesn't matter. Yeah. See, we don't have to do this, man.
Yeah.
We can just.
I'm going to
say,
recover that bolt.
All right, you go right ahead.
There's a stick to bind on. It fell off of Osmond.
I've been playing Red Dead Redemption 2, and I make my little arrows specially for small game, and they're hard to make, and so then I shoot them at some little snake
Oh, yeah,
or
you
something.
got to go chase. You got to go get
Yeah, you
those.
gotta
Are you
Find
using
your
your
little
dead
arrows.
eye? Don't forget to use your dead eye when hunting animals.
I do use my Deadeye, yeah.
Okay.
I'm just not that good at it.
That
with a
was
bow.
always a thing I forgot in
Yeah.
the first game.
Yeah,
But yeah, we can boost you up on the mule
Yeah,
so you
I'll
can
ride
at
the
least
mule until we.
okay. So,
be something.
nothing much happens until as you're approaching the second menhir, which is tilted at about a 45-degree angle and pointing off to the east. And you can see, I mean, you're still maybe 100 yards away from the second menhir, and you can see that there's something hanging off of the tilted tip of the menhir.
Man.
And it's still it's about 15 feet. The top of the menhir is about 15 feet up, and then there's this thing that's hanging, and then below it, there are two things that are kind of jumping around at it.
How far away are we?
You're about 100 yards away.
So we can't tell that these are vultures picking at something.
They're not vultures. They appear to be kind of humanoid.
Little green men.
They're not that little, and they're definitely
Okay.
not green.
So not goblins.
Makes me just want to shoot them.
So goblins
But that
in this
might be
game
me,
are not goblins. Yeah, when you think of goblins in this game, think more like think house elves, basically.
Oh, okay.
So they're more like gremlins.
They're more just kind of like annoying, pathetic little critters that.
Gremlins.
Well, we're going to have to approach with caution, then. I
Yeah, how
guess.
close are we?
You're 100 yards away.
Should
I mean, we should see fairly well because then I can shoot my crossbow 100 yards. I
It
think
could
we
just
see
be a
what I'm
birthday
shooting.
party.
Yeah.
Pinata or
It's
something.
So okay, well, I mean, I'm imagining maybe my sight is rather pathetic, but I'm just imagining what something looks like at the end of a football field. So yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah,
can.
I guess so.
Yeah, so you can see that it's a person hanging by 1 foot, and there seem to be two really skinny humanoid types
Trying to get him.
trying to get him. They can't reach him though. So if you want to approach up to about 50 yards, I'll give you a clearer description if you want to do that.
Yeah.
Does
I'll
one
do
of
it.
you want to do
I'll
that?
do it.
just try to yell out and scare them off?
I'll do it.
Sure, that's a great idea.
I wasn't asking
Those
you.
are skinwalkers. Those are like cryptids or something.
I'm not gonna move up. I'm gonna stay maybe not 50 yards, but like 75 yards.
Still within shooting range.
I got this.
I'm gonna move up and just
I'm
not
gonna
charge.
Yeah, get! Leave him alone!
Yeah, and I'm just gonna train
You're
my
gonna yell?
crossbow
Yeah,
on
You are going
them.
to yell.
Oh, yeah.
I'm backing up Dirk
Okay.
Oh,
just in
man.
case they.
I have my
Don't
crossbow ready.
All right. So you yell. So what point are you at? Are you at the 75? Okay, let's do this. Where is Philip and the mule? How many yards away is Philip and the mule?
75 yards.
75 yards. Adara is there at 75-yard mark. Where's Hum? Is he at the 75-yard mark?
Yeah, I'll be with them.
So you're all,
Great.
so
If
you're
they're all
with
there,
them.
then I'll be with
So
them.
you're going to attract the. Okay.
Or they'll see a bigger group and decide that discretion is the better part of valor and run
We're going
off,
to
and we can
attract
help
the
the poor
Sure,
Fortune.
because discretion. That's what these creatures possess. Is discretion.
Well, we'll find out, won't we?
All right. So you yell, and fortunately, you seem to have gained the attention of only one of them, and
There's a feral ghoul.
it begins its movement rate. Let's see,
Which
it's
100 yards per
its
round.
speed is
It turns out they're cheetah men.
its speed is 10. So it's gonna move and move. So it's going to approach So it's now 20 yards closer to you. The other one is still attracted to whatever's hanging from the men here. This one is now 20 yards closer to you. So we'll say it's about 50 yards away. So fast turn for you. You're going to shoot at it?
Sure, I'll shoot at him.
Okay, we'll roll it.
All right.
So you're using a crossbow with plenty of range, right?
Yes. Ooh, that looks good. Is that a 15 in there? So then that'll be 16 total.
16 total. 16 will hit it. Roll your damage.
All right. X-bow is 2d6.
Nice.
6 damage.
6 damage. All right.
He didn't drop it. He didn't drop it.
Yeah, well.
Drop.
So, also, since you're taking a really good look at this horrifying creature, you're going to make a will challenge roll.
Okay.
I'll let you make it after you take the shot, though. Okay.
6.
A 6, and that is definitely not a 10, so you fail.
Yeah.
So roll 1d3.
1.
Okay. Oh no, I'm sorry. You just gained 1 insanity. So gain 1 insanity point. So you can see that it's maybe some kind of undead, but it's skinny and like really skinny. Like if you were to say skin and bones, that would be an apt description of this. Except for the tongue that's shooting out of its mouth and kind of spinning around in the air and sort of probing the air, like almost like a little, those little noisemakers that go when you blow in them, right? I mean, it's just this tongue is just
flapping around.
It's not flapping around. It's like stabbing around. It's really a very aggressive, gross, and horrifying tongue. And
whipping and lashing. And...
yeah. Anybody else not tied to a mule wants to take a fast turn?
I do.
Okay, then
shoot it.
Roll. Roll your will thing.
The will thing first?
Yep.
Which is just a d20, right?
Yep.
Okay. That's a 17. Yay.
17. Okay, so you're not horrified.
Yay.
But you, like Dirk, will make all of your attack and challenge rolls against this thing with 1 bane because it is just
the worst.
Very much the worst. Yeah.
Okay.
So roll this attack with 1 bane.
Wow.
What'd you get?
A 0.
A 0?
No, a 3.
A 3. Okay, well, you missed.
Yeah.
All right.
Crossbow is not my weapon.
Apparently not. Now you got to reload it.
Yep.
Hum, what are you going to do?
I will take a fast action.
Okay.
And shoot him with a bow.
You're going to shoot him with a bow. Shoot him. Roll it. Oh, actually, no. Roll your will thing first. Since you're looking right at it. What do you got?
So
you re-roll.
Re-roll?
Yeah, re-roll.
Okay. That's the D20.
Yes.
Yep. I get +2.
Nice.
Good for you.
I'm very willful. I ain't afraid of no ghost. I got it.
10, barely.
10 plus 2, you made it. Because
nice.
10 is the goal, the target number there. So you're still rolling with 1 bane though. So you didn't take it a point of insanity. But you are rolling with 1 bane. So now make your shot with a bane.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Wow.
2,
4.
Yeah, 4 does not do it.
4
does not hit. Okay.
Yes.
So on the slow turn, this thing is going to close another 20 yards, so it's now 30 yards away.
Get away.
Are you gonna take a turn?
How fast is this mule? Can I get it to charge?
Can you get the mule to charge?
Yeah.
No, you're not going to get this mule to charge. This thing. I mean, when we say it's horrifying, so the zombie was frightening, right? And the zombie could just kind of mess you up and just sort of shake you. This thing is horrifying.
Okay.
This is an eldritch. This is not just a zombie. This is something very wrong in the world. Yeah, it is broken and twisted and inappropriate, and you're not going to get this mule to move toward this thing. And if you're going to take a good look at it, you are going to have to make that will check too.
And I get a 12.
All right.
Nice.
So everything you do against it is going to be at 1 bane, Mr. 2 hit points.
Only 1 bane. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, for my first action, I'm going to pull off scarf that I might have and wrap it around the
eyes
mule's
of the mule?
eyes.
Okay, brilliant. Well done.
Genius.
And then for my second action, I'm going to kick the mule into running towards forward.
Towards the thing.
Yeah.
You and both your hit points.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Your health points left.
Yeah.
Balls of steel. You got this, Philip.
Well, I mean, it's not. Nothing's going to happen because I'm not going to get to it fast
Okay,
enough.
so you.
Oh, yeah, he would.
Yeah, you will.
If he's 50 yards away,
Yeah,
Well,
so
he's
now
more
you're,
like 20 now.
now you're
because
10 yards closer. So he's 30 yards away from these guys. He's 20 yards away from you.
all right. I'm going to
You,
rush at him.
you're going
he's
to rush
try
at
to
him.
trample.
Okay, all right. All right, back around to the fast turn. That was your... So
That was my slow
That was
turn.
your slow turn. Okay,
Yeah.
back around to fast turns. Because he took a slow turn. I just skipped you.
So am I going to get onto him? Am I on him yet? How far away am I?
So if the mule is going to move, you're going to get the mule's movement rate, which is not really very fast.
Okay.
Right? You'll get halfway there. But he'll
Okay.
get to you.
Okay.
For sure this turn. You're going to take a fast action?
Yeah, if the mule is still moving,
Okay.
still galloping, I will do a fast action.
All right, but the mule's not there yet. I mean, the mule is going to...
All right, then I'll do a slow action. Then.
Okay, all right, okay. Anybody want to take a fast action here?
Somebody
Take
better
another
back
fast
me
to
up.
shoot.
Are we
At the
going to
dude.
be within a movement of him? Like, just where he's at now?
So he's now 10 yards ahead of you.
Okay,
so
so
you
then, no, I'll take a slow then.
But the mule is going to move another 10 yards.
Yeah, you guys.
So,
Somebody better
am I
take
going to
a,
be within a movement of
I'm
where
sh-
the ghoul's at right now?
So the ghoul is 30 yards. So Philip is... Okay, so it's you.
Okay.
10 yards in front of you is Philip.
Okay.
20 yards in front of Philip is the nasty critter. All right?
Is that within a movement?
When the mule moves, the mule is going to move 10 yards. So the mule will be 20 yards away from you. What's your movement rate?
10, probably.
My speed is 10.
10. So
Okay.
you will just get to where the mule is now, but the mule is going to get 10 yards past that.
Okay, so I'm not within the movement of the ghoul creature. But
No, because the ghoul creature is
You
probably
can
going
shoot at it.
to stop at the mule and probably do whatever.
Somebody can shoot at it, I hope.
Anybody wants
I'll
to-
shoot that.
fast
I'll take
turns
That's
are
what
up for
fast-
I'll
grabs.
take a
that's the
fast
fast
turn
turn.
and shoot
Okay,
my
all
bow.
right, roll it. Oh, yeah. It won.
Jeez.
And don't forget
Someone
your...
get a
Don't
sword.
forget your
Oh,
bang,
right.
Ian.
Of course.
Yeah, roll your... You don't need to roll your
I'll
bang.
take a-
Oh my god! I rolled a 6.
You rolled a -5.
Oh.
fast action to reload?
A fast action to reload your crossbow?
Yeah.
Okay, good for you. You've reloaded your crossbow. Wow,
All right.
Impressive.
Yeah, actually, I'll do that too.
Reloads take a whole action.
Because they're crossbows.
Because
Because
crossbows.
they're not using
We're not
bows.
using bows.
All right.
Soldier boy.
Okay.
I mean, maybe we should have got Bobos, but
Yeah.
we're not.
All right.
Crossbow sounded awesome.
Bow gang.
And that's extra damage.
All right,
Yeah.
slow turns.
So I'm not going to get up to him.
The mule is not going to get up to him. No.
Okay.
So the mule gets 10 yards closer to him. So
All
now
right.
the mule is 10 yards away. You're 20 yards from your friends, 10 yards away from the creature.
As a slow turn, can he double move? I don't know if
Yeah,
you
but
want
then
to
I-
do that.
The mule,
Yeah.
I mean, so Stephen would have to spend his action spurring the mule or
Do you
whatever.
want to
Yeah.
use the fast action to move instead? I don't know. It don't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because the ghoul's going to get on me before I can
That's
take an
true.
action.
So you can have a triggered
If it comes
action.
to you,
So
then
what
you
you can do
still...
is you can hold it. You can hold an attack as a triggered
Yeah,
action.
I'm gonna
and
do
say,
that.
When
Yeah,
the creature
yeah.
closes with me, I'll
Yeah.
use my triggered action.
Yes, let me do that.
Okay, so everybody has gone, right? And Steven's waiting with, or Philip's
Mhm.
waiting with his triggered action. So the
Yeah.
ghoul does close with you and the mule.
Okay.
So do you want to?
I want to swing with my mighty staff.
Okay, swing with your mighty staff at one bane.
You know.
Oh, I got a
Yeah.
5.
Five.
Plus 1 is 6.
6 does not hit.
Yeah.
It does not
We
hit.
are mighty warriors.
And so
And the mule
This
just
is exactly
rides,
what
just
happened
gallops
if we
right
were
past
actually
him.
doing this.
no, the mule does not gallop right past him. Sorry, because as the creature closes with the mule, it reaches out and attacks with its claws.
The mule.
His claws.
Oh no, I'm so
Yes,
sorry,
he's-
Well,
Philip.
now Steven's getting a really good look at it. Can we get a better description?
I gave you about that tongue and
That's it.
skinny,
Skinny.
wiry skin and
Gross
bones
dude.
body. Yeah, just really horrific creature. So it rolls, and 11 plus 1 is 12.
Miss.
What's the defense of a mule?
And what is the defense of a mule? Oh, let's call it an 8.
Let's call it hits.
The mule is loaded down with water skins and stuff, so he's got those protections.
So we'll call that heavy leather armor.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we'll give it another +2. So we'll call the mule a 6.
No, not a 6. You went from 8 to 6.
No, 10.
So we'll call the mule a
Encumbrance
10.
penalty.
Oh,
We'll call the mule a 10.
Is a mule a large animal?
Yeah, it can be a
Yeah.
large animal. Sure. What's the base defense for a large animal?
12.
12. Okay. So we'll give it all those packs. We'll call the mule a 14.
There you go.
Okay. So it reaches out with its claws. It fails to connect with the mule. All right. Brilliant.
Water splashes out into the desert.
So now 20 yards away from everybody else on fast turns.
I will take
Try
one
to
fast.
shoot again.
Shoot again.
Okay.
We go again.
Go again. You don't. Okay. Now, I will point out.
So does it continue to run towards the party, or because was this a running by slash at the mule, or is it stopped and trying to attack the mule?
So it closed with you.
Right.
So remember, it closed with you and
Yeah.
the mule. You attacked it, and then it clawed at the mule.
But as it's running by, is it clawing, or is it
no,
like...
it's not running by. It was running to you.
Okay.
It was running at you. And
Okay.
it clawed into one of the water
Okay.
bags and
All right.
ripped open the water bag instead.
No, that's not a real problem, is it?
Depends on how
We'll
long you're
find
out
out.
here. Yeah. So,
Well, no one's keeping track of how much water we use. Whatever.
well,
He hasn't told us to drink.
anyway.
Please.
So you're going to
It
roll
could
an
be a
attack
problem.
with your bow with one bane. Got it in there. Good job.
Ooh, 10.
10. A 10 hits. What's your damage?
Oh, heck.
What's my damage?
Yep. What damage do you
What's
do?
your damage, son?
Is that bow damage or my
Yeah,
damage?
bow damage. But it should be right
Bow
up there.
damage.
You didn't write it down?
No, I didn't write it down.
Crossbow
I was
is-
writing it down.
No,
No,
Crossbow's
he's got a regular
I
Right.
think
bow.
that's why
Longbow.
I wanted a crossbow. I
Classic.
Yeah.
wanted that. Oh,
Extra little...
If I-
My
If I
bow is
hit anything.
1d6.
1d6.
1d6 damage. Oh,
One.
one damage.
This game is
Kills
it.
brutal. No, we're just unlucky.
It takes a point of damage. All right. So we've got some loaded crossbows on some fast turns here. Who else is going to fast turn?
I will also try to shoot it.
Okay, roll it.
12.
This one is 11. It hits. What's your
Alright.
crossbow do?
2d6 damage.
2d6. Roll that 1d6 there, Ian.
7.
Oh, nice. That's pleasant. Okay. All right.
how far away is it?
Adara, it's about 20 yards away.
Oh, okay.
If you want to take a fast turn, or Philip
I'm
wants
going to take a fast turn,
Philip
and I'm
wants
going
to
to
take a
Yeah.
fast turn.
bash it again
It's
with
right there on you.
my staff.
Okay.
And I get a
Whoa!
20, nat 20,
Minus
20
3.
minus 3
Oh.
is 17.
plus 1,
18.
18.
You hit. What's your damage?
1d6 plus 1. 3, 4
Four
damage.
damage. Nice. Okay.
There's no nat 20s in this game? That
It is,
sucks.
it is injured. No, there. As you get further in, when you score 20 or more on stuff, then bonus.
Oh, okay.
Like there's called bonus stuff that creeps in that's really nice. Yeah.
Thing's still kicking.
It's still kicking. It is
I think
injured.
it just now got injured, so it just hit its bloody value.
It's
Ah.
it's injured. It's been injured.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's still yet to
I
go?
have yet to go, and I will try to hit another creature.
on a fast turn.
Another
Yeah, I'll
creature?
do faster
Okay.
because I want to stay where I am
All right, roll it
with the
one bane.
with the bane. Come on, guys. Oh my!
Wow. So -2?
-2.
Wow.
Is there penalties for negative?
Did not
Yeah,
have
It's
I
like
think so.
-1 because it's with my agility, but
I think at a negative,
I've
at a negative 3, you
never-
hit a friend on a mule.
I know.
Ow! My other knee!
I've never rolled this badly. Ever.
You should roll those light dice.
We're just gonna have to tie Steven to the mule. He's
Try
gonna
next
at all
time.
times be
Alright.
Well,
on
I
the
think he's
mule.
now cushion to the...
Okay,
These are my lucky dice that
so
when
you-
I DM, people hate when I roll these dice.
So all four of you have taken
Yep.
fast actions.
Yep.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the desiccated one is going to take his fast action, and he is going to
Desiccated
claw
one.
the mule.
Yuck.
That
Wow.
was a 17. He clawed the mule.
Oh, claw
So
the
the
mule.
mule, Claude, now known forever as Claude, is going to take 1d6 plus 2
Claude.
damage. So he's going to take 3 damage for Claude, and Claude is now grabbed.
No.
So the
Does that
thing
make
is,
him easier to hit?
not so much. So
look
the
up
mule,
grab.
the mule is probably going to go down under the weight of
Yeah.
Philip and the monster and the packs of water and
Oh,
all that
no.
stuff. So you've got this horde creature on you. Nothing's happening on the slow turns, and we are going to zip up to the fast turn. If anybody's curious, the other critter is still trying to get at the thing that's hanging in front of it. Steven throws down a fast
I
turn.
throw down a fast turn. I'm going to try to hit it with my staff once more.
Okay. Do you want to?
I got nothing
roll
else.
free of the mule or anything? Or you?
I mean, I can. As I,
Yeah, you'd have to take a
I
slow
have to
turn
take a
do
slow turn on that. I'll go ahead and wait then. Yeah, I'll
Well,
wait.
but he might take a fast turn before you. Then. I'm not
Oh, can
coaching.
those monsters take fast
Yeah,
turns?
you can take
Oh,
a
okay.
fast turn. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, if you,
Well,
How
he's
far ahead?
trying to kill the mule.
He's on
so,
the mule, so
yeah,
he's
so I'm
not
fine.
really
I'll
interested in
I'll roll off.
Okay, all right, on the slow, but not yet.
Yeah.
Okay, who is taking a fast turn? Anybody taking a fast
I'll
turn?
take another fast
Ryan,
turn.
How far is the mule in the...
Like 20 yards.
20 from
20
where we
yards
are.
from
Yeah.
here.
I'll shoot
Yeah.
at him again.
Shoot at him again. Go,
One.
Hum. It's one bane. What'd you get?
4.
4 does not hit.
Nice.
Good try, though. All right. Anybody else want to go on a fast turn? Nope. Okay, so now that the thing is grabbed onto the mule, he's going to make a strength attack roll against the strength of the mule. Do you have that animal stat up there again? I'm gonna call the mule 12 if you don't have anything better on the animal stat there. But let's roll the desiccated one strength attack. So it is 11 plus 1 is 12.
So I'll be right at it.
Where did I find that?
It's like under animals or something.
Yep,
Yeah.
right there.
What do you want?
Strength.
15.
15.
That
So
makes sense.
12 does not, or 11 does not hit that mule's strength. So
You mean
he was
Claude?
Claude, yeah. So Claude is still
Kicking.
kicking, still doing fine.
Now, does Claude get a turn? Does he get a kick back?
It says natural weapon plus 5 with 1 boon.
Yeah, Claude's not in any condition with a guy on him and a monster on him to actually kick or bite. So Claude is just going to bray.
Met a mule.
That's his thing. Claude is not in any
Claude's a bit
condition.
shy.
Yeah, Claude's just trying to
Not die.
squirm around, yeah, get this thing off.
It's
him,
okay,
get shaken.
Claude. We love you.
All right, who wants a slow turn?
I
Philip?
do.
Philip wants a slow turn.
Philip will. You can take these in any order, right?
Sure,
So you
yeah.
do action then
Yeah.
move.
Yeah.
So
you
while
can-
I'm still on the mule, while I'm on Claude, I will strike out at the thing with my staff once again, and I miss
-1.
with a -1, and then I
All right.
will roll off the mule and start to claw my way back to the group.
Okay. So other slow turns.
I will close the distance as I reload my crossbow.
You'll get you're going to move 10 yards closer to him.
Yeah.
And
I'll
reload
start
your
closing.
crossbow. Okay.
Crossbow.
All right.
Crossbow.
I'll
Adara.
move 10 yards closer, and instead of using my crossbow, I'm just going to grab my sling
You're going to grab your sling. Okay.
and
Fling a
fling a
stone
at him.
All right. Brilliant. Roll it with 1 bane.
Maybe this will be better.
5.
It is not!
It is not. A 5 is your total there?
Well, plus agility.
It's a
6.
6. Oh my god.
I mean, I
I
definitely
am
had
the
plus
worst
4 agility.
hunter ever. No wonder.
And everyone
No,
laughs
I'm-
heartily. No, that does not hit. The stone plunks into the sand, disappears forever.
Oh.
It's just out of the world.
All right. Everyone has taken a turn.
Yeah.
All right, we're back into fast turns. Who wants a fast turn?
I will take another fast
All
turn.
right, take a fast shot here.
Shoot him. Oh my goodness.
Wow, 3 minus 6 is
-3.
-3. Yeah.
Nothing.
I did say that would hit anybody who was tied to a mule, but
Stop.
fortunately, no one is tied to the mule
No.
anymore, so that's good.
So we can't really like take a slow turn to do an aimed shot or anything.
I think you can probably do something like an aimed shot. Yeah, we can look that up really quick here.
Called shot. But I don't really want more Banes.
You can.
You just aim at the target, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, are you saying like kind of like to
try to boost my accuracy is what I'm trying for, but there's not so much
think
anything like that.
At the
there's
moment,
something
it's
like
going to make
that.
it worse.
Yeah, I
So-
don't think that's a thing. Yeah.
I will go ahead and just take a fast action to try to shoot it again.
Okay, take a fast action to shoot it.
Nope.
Darn.
2, 3
All right.
total.
Any other fast actions? Okay, so it's going to roll its strength against. What did we say the strength of the mule was?
15.
That's ridiculous.
Well, 15 on
Oh,
the
but
die.
15 actually makes it. So there we go. Good for you, critter. So what happens is it takes its tongue and thrusts its tongue into the carotid artery of the mule.
Oh no!
Yep. And Claude kind of visibly kind of shrivels a little.
Oh no!
Yeah, and you can see that. Well, Claude's going to take 3d6 damage.
Oh,
I got it.
Give me some.
Claude.
Give me 3d6 there.
I'll miss you.
Oh, 9 damage. All right. Okay, so that's.
So I think he's dead.
Poor boy.
Yeah, I don't know.
What was his total health? Because I know you said he had already taken like 3 damage. I should have been keeping track of that.
It's all right. I got
Health,
it.
it says
I got it. So he's
40?
taking
40 for
large
its
animal?
health?
12 damage.
Oh, okay.
That's all right. Okay. Oh, that's good.
It's
And he's taken
description of
12
large
damage.
animal and medium animal is strange, and I don't know where Claude would fit.
So the creature, you can see, where it was just skin and bones, it kind of puffs up a little.
Oh,
it
it's a
looks
giant
like it's
mosquito
actually
monster.
healthier than it was a moment ago.
Oh no!
Um,
Did it regain hit points?
it has had a health boost.
Ah, boo.
So yes, now you guys have got to score even more damage on it. Switching to slow turns. Who wants to take a slow turn here?
I guess I do.
Okay,
I will do 2 move actions to move back towards the group.
Okay, so you're back with you can stop
You
at
crawl
these
past
two
me.
at the crossbow people, or you can stop at Hum.
Well,
Stay
he
with
would have
Hum.
pretty much already been at me.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay,
Yeah.
so you go back
Oh, okay.
with Hum.
Yeah,
okay,
I'll
all
be
right.
with Hum.
Very good.
So
Dara, I
only
think
got
you're the
10.
only one who hasn't. Oh, do you? No,
Moved.
you used your. No, you haven't done anything yet. That's true.
Not this turn, no.
Okay, so you're about 10 yards away.
Yeah, so, I'm 10 years away, and seeing this horrible thing that they just did to our mule, which I actually kind of liked, going to run at it.
Okay,
You're caught.
use your movement, and you got there
It got there and just kind of bum
You
rush
there?
it and stab it.
Oh,
with
charge.
a dagger.
Yeah.
All right, roll it with one
Get
bang.
him.
With 2 Banes, isn't it?
I'm gonna try.
1, 2, 5. No, she's not
Sorry,
charging.
she's not
I'm
really
not
charging.
sure. Well,
She used
yeah,
her
I'm
movement.
just, that's just flavor.
Yeah, she
That's
used her movement and she's attacking. It was a
Yeah.
separate thing, not a charge. She
Don't
was
worry.
10 yards away.
Oh my goodness!
All
Nice.
right.
16, 17.
All right, roll some damage.
Suplexed him.
1d3.
1d3.
1d3, and I have d3s, so.
What?
Or do you want me
You
to
have
use a DC?
D3s? I don't know. If you've got a D3, knock yourself out. That's a D4, though.
That is a d4.
I
Yeah,
mean,
the
you can
game,
just
the
reroll
game only,
fours.
yeah, the game only requires the D6s, so you can just roll that.
One.
One.
Takes a half a point of
I
damage.
cut its tongue off. That's what I wanted to do.
All right.
Man, I sure wish I had
That'd have been great. Had that been just 1 hit point away.
Everybody is good. Back at the fast turns.
Man, I don't know what to do
I'll hit
because all
another
I'm good
fast.
for is melee attacks.
Okay. Roll
How
it.
many
Try to
shots
do
have
other
you
things
taken
with my
so far?
characters, but
Oh,
I just
yeah.
haven't stabbing things.
Counting ammo.
Yeah.
Don't roll a 0.
I think
Oh,
this would be
zero.
the 5th one.
This would be the fifth one.
Fifth turn.
Probably so.
So he's good right now,
Okay,
right?
you're good right now, even if you roll a 0. We'll say it. But after this,
Hey!
Nice. 13 plus...
13. That'll hit it.
No, you don't have any
And now I
agility.
have to roll the...
Roll your
1d6.
damage. 1d6.
4.
4 points
That's
of
okay.
damage. All right. All right. He's still up.
Stab.
Stab. Roll it.
13.
13.
13.
Hit. Roll some
What?
damage.
Barely.
14. Yeah, you got +1 agility.
Yeah, because
Okay, whatever. It's
and then 5.
3
3
points
right.
of damage.
No,
I
round
forgot it was a
down.
D3.
Oh, that's right,
no,
D3.
not in this.
It's so confusing.
Oh, not with that?
Because, yeah, it's basically just 1, 2, or 3. So 1 and 2
okay.
is a 1, 2 and 3 is a 2.
All right.
Yep. 5
Sure.
and 6 is a 3.
I will believe you.
And she did a 3. So that is it. And the desiccated one dies. It is dead at your feet.
So now we need to make our way towards the other one.
So now you're about 50 yards away from an apparent pinata and another one of these monsters. Now you've all already taken a horror check against one of these monsters, so you're not going to have to do that again.
But we still have to roll with the Bane.
It's still one Bane. Yeah.
It's just so
because
awful.
it's horrifying, so that's just going to happen.
All right.
Is it going to get worse than these guys? Please tell me it gets worse than these
This is level 0.
Awesome.
So,
Now he's invested. Now he's into it.
This is a cool game. I'm having fun.
how far away am I from the stone?
You're about 50
50.
yards away.
We're all
Shoot it.
50? I've been walking up.
Yeah, but we were 100 and then 75.
Okay, how far
and
do you
then-
want to be
I don't
before you
know.
take your shot?
I want to move up and take a shot.
Clearly, he's
Is it going to do anything on
clearly
the fast turn?
clearly the creature is invested in the pinata up until such point as you hit it with an arrow or a bolt.
That's got to be good for a boon, right?
He's not wrong. I mean, because there's no thing. Is there
If he's
things like
distracted.
surprise attack, or do we get advantage or anything in this game?
You can. He's not like he's standing still. He is jumping around. So okay, you know what?
I mean, he doesn't notice us, so I mean that would be like a surprise attack.
Sure, I'll grant you a boon, which manages to still your
Counteract.
slightly trembling arm, so it counteracts the bane. So you're just rolling it. You're just
That's
rolling
fair.
this straight. So
Yeah.
Excellent.
where are you? No, how many yards away are you from it when you take your shot?
30?
30. Is everyone else?
Yes,
don't
we've all
roll yet.
walked up together.
You're all together at the 30-yard point. Do we all
Yes.
agree on that?
No.
No. Adara, what
She
are
wants
you,
to stay
Good.
there.
She wants to break up to like kind of
You're going to
move
kind
her.
of flank
Yes,
over a
flank.
little bit.
That's the
Okay,
word
so
I want.
how far away are you going to be?
Probably still about 30 yards.
30, but just about 10 yards away from these guys or 20 yards away
yeah,
from them?
Yeah, 20
Okay.
yards away from
20 yards away from them. 30 yards away from the critter. Fine. All right.
All right. I'll try to shoot. That's a 12.
A 12. A 12 is going to hit it.
All right.
Ah,
7 damage.
7 damage. Nice.
That's my 4th shot this combat.
All right. All right. Anybody else want to take a fast turn? Flip your fast turn marker and drop it out there. So I know what's going on. Anybody else want to take a fast turn?
You gonna take a fast turn, Ian?
yeah.
Okay. Shooting with your bow.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Should I roll for ammo now?
No, no. If you roll a 0 on your shot, then you don't have an aim.
Okay.
So you're out
And
of
then
ammo.
I'm out of it.
And then you're out of ammo.
Five.
Yeah. The 5 misses.
Why can't we get any, like...
That's weird. It's really weird.
Almost like your dad gave you dice that may or may not have been balanced correctly.
them.
Right?
You know, I did
Gave us
I did
curse
the
dice.
float test.
Yeah.
You know, these just sink like stones.
You're supposed to put salt to...
Oh, I didn't
They
put
get
it. No,
no
I
more.
didn't.
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't
they
bother
salted
with
it so
that.
they-
Oh, I didn't know
They
that.
float.
I was like, well, I did not.
No,
get
they will
20
all
dice.
sink like stones unless
Okay.
there's salt in the water,
Oh,
like
I-
the Dead Sea.
All right, so I did not salivate the water.
Good
so.
job there.
All right, so who knows whether we got? Hi, Sam. This is the cat Sammy that nobody can hear, but he has a bell. So when he's
He's going to try it again later, and it's all
Yeah.
going to float up to the 20. He's just proving that we're terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just
He's
us.
got a slow
Um,
action.
I will. I'll do a fast turn, but all I'm going to do is I'm going to stay where I am, but I'm going to reload my crossbow.
Okay, good for you. All right, so he's been hit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so on slow turns now, Philip, do you want to take a slow turn?
Yeah, I'll move up slowly to the creature.
Okay,
Twice.
so you're gonna move. So you're gonna move 20 yards closer to
Yeah.
it. So you're now
Oh,
10
10.
yards away from the creature.
So
Where's everybody else at? I'll just move up to where everybody else is at.
Okay, so
Okay.
30
We're all
yards
about
away.
30
Yeah,
yards
okay.
away.
So they're
So-
staying.
So there's a Dara.
So
over
there's
here.
nothing I can really do. I mean, I can
Well,
either
you-
move or I can take an action, and my actions are attack or
Do you have a ranged weapon?
I don't.
Okay,
I
that's
thought you grabbed crossbows when you were
No,
leaving.
No, we
she wanted a
grabbed-
crossbow. You wanted a crossbow.
There was plenty of
There's
crossbows.
crossbows. That's why I kept saying you don't have to just take from this guy. There's a dude who's like, hey, crossbows here, crossbows.
Apparently they were just giving them out.
Yes,
on
I
the
didn't
street.
hear
You
it.
got
I
staff, which
didn't hear
is
him. I
doing
got a
better
staff.
for you.
Okay.
We can
So
swap.
so you can
You want me
just
to
wait
throw
till.
you my
So the thing is,
No.
you don't. I mean, the two. Well, you know how to play a game. Yeah, it's the 2 hit point guy. Yeah, you don't want to take.
Yeah, I don't want to.
point.
Yeah, I don't. I'm just
Okay.
going to stay here.
All right, so you just stay there. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to ready a triggered action in case?
Yeah, if
closes
it comes
with
up
you?
comes up to me, then yes, I will
Okay,
be
all right.
ready to trigger this staff right upside its head.
All right, that's great. Okay, so on the slow turn, it's going to take a couple of moves, and now it's 10 yards away from the clump of 3 people. It's not interested in Adara at all. So it's 10 yards away from you. And
Batter
we're
up.
back
Getting
at
ready to
fast
batter
turns.
up.
I'm going to go slow.
Yeah, maybe that's the thing about this I don't care for very much.
You just haven't got the rhythm of it yet.
Yeah, I guess maybe. I kind of like initiative.
Should I just do another fast section?
If you
You
want
can. You might as well.
Shoot him
Just
again.
gonna shoot him again, then shoot him again. Yeah.
Oh no,
My
0.
0.
So
Oh,
does 0 mean he's out of ammo or
You're out of
negative?
ammo.
I'm out of
You're
ammo.
out of ammo, dude.
Better
So
pull
I
out. You
will-
better use your minor
So it
action
goes
to
to
pull out
reach.
I'm on the daggers.
your dagger.
No.
All right.
Or switch to the clubbing.
Leave that
System
so.
is down.
It's still 10 yards away from us,
Yeah,
but it's still 30 yards away from you.
yeah. Anybody else want to take a fast turn? Is
No.
that a no? Okay, we switch to slow turns because the critter's going to take a slow turn.
Now,
also.
okay, so
Oh.
since that was the end of the round, and I'm triggered, the trigger doesn't do anything, right?
So, yeah, nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
It didn't come
You're
up
still
with
holding the triggered action, but you're going to get an action.
Okay.
before you-
All right.
So it's slow actions. Who wants more?
I'll take a slow action to switch to a staff.
Okay.
And I think I'm going to be largely just kind of like jabbing at it as I take a defensive strike.
It's still 10 yards away from you.
Well, I'm going to walk up.
Okay, so you're going to use, okay. All right, you're going to take a defensive strike. So you're going to use 2 banes.
Yep.
All right, he's going to take a defensive strike with 2 banes.
Wow.
Good job.
And if only I had some magic.
Nope. So that's 7.
7. Oh, that's you're okay. I'm going to just tell you, you're 1 away. If you rolled 1 better, you would
Oh.
No, wait. What did you roll? What did the dice say?
10 and a 3 and a 1.
10 and a 3 and a 1. Do you have a bonus?
1.
A 1.
That's
so
why
it's,
I was-
it's not the 1. We don't take the 3 and the 1. We take
Just the.
just the 3.
Right, the worst.
So it's 7 plus 1
Is 8.
is 8. You hit it.
I hit it.
You
All
did
right.
hit it. Roll some damage.
4.
4 damage. All right.
D6 plus 1.
Nice.
Huzzah.
So when you roll multiple banes,
You
you
only-
just take the worst.
You just
Yes.
take the worst.
Ah, interesting.
They don't.
Also
they don't
boons.
exceed
If
If
it.
you
not
roll multiple
Oh, okay.
boons, you take
All
the
right.
best.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I can see how that's an advantage.
Yeah. So
Or a
take-
disadvantage.
So in this case, since you guys are already taking the bane, taking another bane is
It's no
not
big deal.
quite that
Okay.
big of a deal.
Just
yeah.
a bigger chance.
Yeah, like you're probably not going to get just a 1, but
Yeah.
but it's not like you're going to get a 7 or an 8.
Right.
because you're
Right.
negative.
Right.
Very cool. All right, that was a slow turn. I got a couple other people with slow turns coming up.
I'd like to move behind. So I'm behind it.
You're going to
Don't-
So
Don't-
actually.
Don't be shooting towards us.
Oh no! I'm so sorry, dude. Oh, sorry, dude.
All right, so Adara totally flanks it, and is
sure
now going to shoot toward her friend with
And
one
I
bane.
get a
with a
bane.
bane. Yeah.
These long-time friends of 12 hours.
Well, we probably knew each other
Probably
in town.
Yeah.
6.
7.
6 plus. What is it?
Your agility.
Yeah.
6 plus 1 is 7.
7.
Not going to do it. But you're also not going to poke anybody else. So
Oh, my God.
that's the thing.
Hey, I'm poking here.
So
Right.
I missed once with
Philip.
So how far away are you now? You're right up on it.
I'm right up on it.
I think I'm just going to stay where I'm at.
Trying to use like the
I'm
length
going
of
to do the
staff.
trigger again just in case.
Okay, you're actually not right up. Oh, no, yeah, you are right up on it. Now, what's the benefit you get from the defensive thing?
It gets a bane when attacking me.
Okay, all right, very good.
So, does it have a choice of who it attacks in this game?
It does
Or is
have
there
a
an
choice.
AI kind of thing?
It has a choice of who it attacks, but in this case,
You know what? Then I'll just walk up and take a swing at it.
you're just daring me to.
Kill you?
I mean,
Okay.
You know,
I mean,
All
so
right.
far I am the one that jabbed it.
yeah. And, maybe I'll hit it and kill it. You never know.
You never know.
I'm guessing not. Just going by
Actually-
the last
actually-
one.
13 minus 5 is 8, plus
Plus
1 is
You
9.
hit it.
So
Hey.
1d6 plus 1,
There's also staff.
7
Whoa.
points of
Oh,
damage.
nice. Okay.
Is it dead?
Not yet.
Okay.
Mm.
It is deeply injured, though.
Good.
It's looking pretty rough. Have we taken all the slow turns?
Everyone's gone.
It's actually technically called a guarded attack.
A guarded attack. Okay, I knew what
Just-
you meant, though.
yeah.
All right, so the creature is going to take an attack against Dirk with 1 bane.
All right.
Here comes.
Oh, no,
wow,
1 minus
-3.
4, so -3.
His arms fall off.
Dirk's
It does
arms?
nothing does not grab you at all. So
Excellent.
brilliant. We're back at fast turns.
Well, since we're right there, we might as well
Keep it
take a fast turn on
Alright.
this guy.
Stephen whipped his out first there.
Okay.
I'll go after Brian.
13 minus 6 is
7.
7
You got a
plus
bonus?
1 is an 8.
Ooh,
Hits.
barely.
1d6 plus 1 is a 2.
A 2. A 2 does, in fact, squish its brain.
Woohoo,
It
yeah.
is down. It is down.
All right, well, we'll need to now make our way over to the guy or whatever's hanging
I give
upside
the head
down.
a good lump just to be sure.
Yeah.
I'll just, since I was so useful, I'll just run over.
You gonna
to
give
the
it a
mid
whack
here.
too?
No,
Okay.
no, to the
See
to
if-
the
Yeah, he's got to be closer to
To
the.
the-
She's
to the-
the-
yeah. I'm
Pinata?
probably closer to the
so
pinata dude. So
Dara
I will
runs
go
up
see
to
what's
the
going on.
pinata. You recognize hanging upside down Osmond, and Osmond is just he's just blathering.
Oh.
Is he Twig Osmond or
I think that other guy
human
was a...
Osmond? This is probably real Osmond.
This
Probably
is
real
this
Osmond.
is this looks like real Osmond, yeah. So
Oh,
I don't know. Stab him and see what.
he's hanging there by
My-
1 foot.
Shoot him down.
He is clearly
Stab,
just gone though. I mean,
Oh, he's insane.
he's just blathering.
oh, cut him down.
Okay, you cut him down, and he's like punching you, and he's not really very effective because we couldn't call these attacks, but
Yeah, we'll rush over and hold him down.
He's
Okay.
just being.
Calm down.
all right, he just lays in his. Who am I? Who am I?
Slap him.
Who am I?
Slap him across the face. Slap him again.
Who,
You're Osmond.
who, and that's the best you're gonna get out of him.
Okay.
That's-
Search his body. Is there
Get
anything
him.
on his body, or did anything
His
fall
clothes.
What are we gonna do with him?
He's wearing clothes,
out? Okay.
but just
Our
actually
mule is dead.
he's just wearing
Yeah.
underwear.
Wait, Claude died?
No, Claude's not
Claude
dead
just
yet.
got hurt.
Claude's,
Okay.
He's fine.
I mean, if you could
We'll probably patch him up.
just
a
stick
little
your finger in his
Yeah.
carotid artery. Your finger's about the size of that
He had like 40
tumor.
health and he took like, what,
12.
6 damage?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot of
Yeah,
damage.
He's fine.
He's
Just
fine.
patch him up.
Some
Her
flex
mule is
tapes.
hardier than we are.
Flex tape.
Flex tape.
Hey, now your horse can float in the water.
I saw this horse in half. Oh, who's the guy from the beginning? The guy from the beginning that got cut in half.
Fix Renee Caldwell.
Oh,
All
man.
right, all right. So now you've got about another hour or two. 10 degrees.
Yeah, we
what
need
we said
to-
in the northeast.
Yeah, we need to
Right.
ride that way.
Let's go.
So we'll bring.
Alright.
We'll.
Yeah.
I'll use my staff to, kind of as a crutch as we continue to walk, and we can put Osmond there on the
I'll
back
have
of
him put him
the
on
on the mule, who's got a big old Band-Aid on his neck and cartoon Band-Aid. Right?
Yeah. Right. All right. So you eventually you can see in the distance some runes, and there is a large pole, like a large wooden pole, like about a 10-foot pole, and it has a red. I mean, it would be a lot to call it a banner, but a red cloth is flying from the top of this pole, which is the way the folks from Martyr's Point basically mark their campsites, so folks can find them. Folks, yeah, those folks who
Folks.
are wandering around in the desolation can find them.
Focals.
Yeah. So
Vocaloids.
if you head for that, you will find probably Andrew and the folks he is with.
Folks.
Yell
So there's
out
more
ahead,
than
Don't
one.
shoot us!
Yeah. You need to wave or something so that they don't attack.
Ahoy!
Claude is going, I can't bray like I can just make that terrible noise like the beast man. So,
I started trying to think, what kind of sound do mules make in Minecraft? Couldn't quite remember.
why don't we have mules in Minecraft? That's
We
weird.
do. There are
We do?
mules in Minecraft.
What kind of sound do they
They just keep
I
adding
don't know. They
animals.
just kind of go like, I don't
Okay.
know. Just
Okay.
make mule noises.
They sound like birds.
Yeah,
Alright.
it's cool because you can't find mules naturally. You have to breed a horse with a donkey.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
I hate that I'm talking about Minecraft.
that's
right
really fascinating.
now. No,
Yeah.
it's not.
The mule's my undergrad mascot. So I knew that
Oh, good job.
because, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Validation.
Anyway, so you get up there and you can see like there's enough of a building and a little like sort of doorway that Andrew and a couple of other crusaders have set up camp in there. Andrew's got a little table and he seems to be poring over this old book. So the guardsmen see you coming up, the other crusaders, and they hail you and they walk out to get a hold of Claude and to help you come back inside. Andrew greets you and says, "Travelers, what brings you here?"
Well, we had this
Hey,
cool knife, but we got
come
robbed by a
on.
bunch of pig-looking dudes, and now we're here.
The Raven's Bloody Claw. Is that what it was?
Raven's bloody talon.
Talon. The Raven's
That's what
Bloody
it was.
Talon.
I guess
attacked us.
we fill him
You're
in.
attacked by a
on-
raven,
No.
We
An
fill him
ugly
up-
guy who said he was a raven.
ugly guy. Okay,
This ugly pig dude. Well, actually, there were like
No.
3 or 4.
The ugly pig dudes were minions.
Yeah, those were the
they weren't the
hobgoblins.
dudes. They were
Okay.
terrible. They just
so you were attacked. Okay, let me get this straight. You were
So wait.
wandering through the desert.
No, so
no.
So
Some
we're
crusaders
from
came.
Drusilla's tears.
Yes.
Okay. Oh yes, from the up, I remember you. Yes, because
Yeah.
I was just there.
I won some of your money.
Okay.
priorities.
So we were there,
hmm
and some crusaders came with Osmond because Caldwell has been killed.
Renee Caldwell is killed.
Yeah.
Renee Caldwell is dead.
Sawed right in
Yeah.
Yeah,
half.
that's
Apparently.
what they said.
Yeah, that's what they said.
She was sawed in half,
Well,
Cut in
cut in half.
cut in half.
With
With
this-
a dagger,
with this-
though.
With this crazy dagger that we had for a while, and then these ugly dudes came and stole it from
So
us.
okay,
Well-
hang on. Renee Caldwell was cut in half with a dagger. you
a
said.
bone dagger.
A bone dagger.
Supposedly, yeah. I mean, I wasn't there.
It's
but
not a bone dagger.
It was in fact a bone dagger.
It was made of
Okay.
both.
And it had a weird white hilt to it. Like
Yeah.
It was a white leather wrapped hilt.
Okay. I didn't write that down.
So if you describe that bone dagger with the white hilt,
Yeah.
He gets a kind of a weird expression on his face, and the DM looks for his notes where he wrote down this thing. He says, "Wait, it was a bone dagger,
Yes,
and
with
it
a
was
white hilt.
With a white hilt.
Yes.
Okay. Conwenal. It's an elvish relic.
That might explain some things.
Yes. This is
So-
a famous legendary dagger.
Is it a problem if the elves have it back?
What would be a benefit if we had it?
We do not.
We do
Yeah.
not. So
No,
they
we were attacked on the road.
We're waylaid, and the Osmond that was with us was apparently not actually Osmond.
Some kind of a tree creature.
a changeling.
Yeah.
A changeling. So Osmond is who now?
This,
He says
That fellow?
There's wacko on our
dude, we
Band-Aid mule.
He came with the Crusaders.
He was tied up on a big
Wow.
statue the
The
way here.
Well,
The Crusaders
Osmond?
tied him on a big statue.
no.
No, someone did.
so they
on
came
a
to
standing
Drusilla's
stone.
Tears because they
Okay.
were going to come find you.
The two Crusaders.
Yes,
yeah,
and
Crusaders
Did you get
and
their names?
Osmond. No. They turned
No.
into goat zombies.
Yes, because then they turned into goat zombies, and
Goats then
They
zombies.
turned into goat zombies.
yes, and
Goats
then we
first,
killed
then
them.
zombies.
So
Goat
two
formers.
Crusaders came to Drusilla's Tears
Yes.
and then turned into goat zombies.
Into four more.
Yeah, pretty much.
Into Fomors. So they
Yeah.
turned into Fomors.
And then when they
And
killed
then they
them,
were killed,
and then they
and
turned into zombies.
Yeah, and then they turned into zombies.
Zombie four
Yes.
mores.
Okay. And
Even though there were only 2 of them.
so they're dead.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, when you say it out loud, it really just...
It sounds a little crazy. I'll give you that.
Yeah. Yep. But we live here.
We live in
so...
crazy times.
Apparently we do indeed. If Crusaders are turning into Fulmore and then turning into zombies, these would be crazy times. So Frederick sent you up here to get me.
Well, kind of, because Frederick is
also dead.
dead too.
Frederick is dead.
Yeah.
How did Frederick die?
He was killed in the attack. When,
His
those
throat was
people-
cut. His throat
Oh
was
god,
cut,
that's right, yeah.
and then
was-
he was dead, and then he became like a zombie, and then they killed him again.
So who cut Frederick's throat?
No idea.
That we're unclear on.
The guard,
We weren't.
probably.
We weren't really there.
Oh god.
One of the guards killed.
Maybe. We
I
don't
bet you
know.
it was
Or Osmond.
Probably-
Osmond.
Fake
Yeah.
Osmond.
Might have been me.
The
and-
Osmond changeling.
Yes.
The changeling.
Yeah.
So the 2 Crusaders came to you with a changeling that you said was named Osmond.
Hmm.
As far as we know.
The 2 Crusaders
looks
turned
like him.
into Fomor, and someone cut Frederick's throat.
Yes.
Mhm.
The Fomor were killed and then rose up again as zombies.
Correct.
Yep.
Did I understand you to say that Frederick also rose up as a zombie?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, yes.
Yes.
And was there a was there a zombie there to bite them and infect them with
Not that
the
we saw.
zombie plague?
Yes.
Not that
Not
we
that
know
we
of.
So they just all spontaneously
We were asleep.
reanimated
So,
corpses.
yeah.
Yes.
I don't know how it works.
Well, it's not supposed to work like that.
Well,
So what does this all mean to you? What do you...
So yeah, we were gonna come find you, and then
Well, what this
some
means to
dude
me is
stole
that
the
if
dagger.
Renee Caldwell is dead, we have a power vacuum at the Citadel, and I have to get back there immediately.
Of course.
There's going to be a power play for the commandership, and I owe a great debt of gratitude to the 4 of you.
In payment.
Payment?
Wait, what'd we do?
You brought me this news.
Oh,
we sure
oh
did.
yeah! Right. I kind of thought we didn't do good because we left the dagger.
We did our best.
The dagger would have been an awesome weapon for us to have. And
He
the
did
fact-
wound the elf.
Oh yeah, he was. I like shot him and he was like, "Hey man,
You
good
stabbed
job."
him.
And he turned into like ravens
Birds.
or birds.
Yeah, and he just
flew away and then came back.
Oh,
together.
starlings.
Starlings.
Interesting.
He was a weird dude,
Clearly.
hanging out with hobgoblins.
An elf?
We think.
Presumably.
he was
kinda
like
pretty.
wearing green stuff.
So if we have an elven relic and someone killed Renee Caldwell with an elven relic, and
We
got-
never said that he was killed. Oh wait,
Oh,
yes
yeah,
we did. Yeah, we
the
did.
guard stole
yeah, she totally stole it.
Sorry.
And so Renee Caldwell was killed with an elven relic. Frederick, so we've got a Fey changeling. We've got Fey hobgoblins, and we've got some other humanoid, almost certainly an elf. The elves are moving against the Crusaders, and I don't understand why.
There was also these terrible creatures with wicked tongues.
Skin and bones?
Yes.
Yeah, what were they
Yes.
called again?
We call them desiccated ones.
Jessica.
They're everywhere.
Just like nothing
So you
really
don't
to
think
write
they
home
were
about.
unrelated?
No, they're horrifying.
But
Yes.
there's likely no connection.
I've seen them
to
before. They're
They're
Yeah,
just around.
They were attacking the real Osmond.
the real Osmond.
That's probably why. He's
How did
like
you get
this.
the real Osmond?
He was.
We found
He was
him hanging by
tied
his
on that
ankles.
second men here.
The fool. He was hanging.
Oh yeah.
He was.
The fool.
Fine. I will.
Yeah, you never play cards? The Fool card?
No, yeah, I just thought that was.
So, I need to leave immediately. You, sir, seem a little worse for wear.
Yes.
Looking at Philip.
Yes.
He lays his hand on you, and you gain another healing.
All right. I got
I
to
keep wanting to say healing
Fourth.
surge,
Yes.
but it's not.
I'm now at 4.
I want the 4 of you to join me at the Citadel, but I'm concerned with having you travel immediately. But with these 2 Crusaders, perhaps the 7 of us can travel safely. Do you
Yes.
want to risk it?
Yes.
Fine. let's return to the Citadel. Well, we'll return first to the outpost and then just move quickly on to the Citadel. I'll have to appoint someone to replace Frederick. And your friend Osmond here,
he probably needs someone to take care of him.
We have people at the Citadel. Let's just sort of bind him and strap him to your mule.
Done already?
And
He's probably still strapped down too.
and we'll be on our way. So that concludes our first adventure.
Yay!
Congratulations.
I fired a total of like 8 arrows and missed
I missed.
6 of them probably.
I missed with the sling. I missed with my arrows.
Yeah,
Hit with a couple bolts.
And then
Vocab
stab
word of the day,
people.
miss.
I was
You're
going to try
level
not
0.
to stab people,
Yeah.
but that's what works.
Well, when people are stabbing you, you gotta stab them back.
So what did everybody think of a level 0 adventure?
It's so
I'm actually really
hard.
excited to do this more of this.
Yes, I'm real excited to, actually have some classes and not
Yeah,
rolling with crap.
so next time you'll go to the Citadel and you can be trained in a novice path of your choice.
Okay, and there's 4 of those,
There's
right?
4
There's
novice
magician, priest,
priest,
warrior,
and rogue.
and rogue.
Think of rogue as an Indiana Jones adventurer, not necessarily as a thief. In those kind of terms.
Mm-hmm.
And it would probably
be a thief.
Yeah, or you can totally be a thief. And it would probably be a good idea for the 4 of you to coordinate. That is, we don't want 4
rogues.
Did anyone actually take a bump in intelligence?
No, I took a drop in intelligence.
I have a big will.
My intelligence is 9.
Yeah, so intelligence and will are both the spell casting version, and it's just what flavor of spells and what stuff you want.
But everybody gets to use magic, right? To some extent?
You can later on if you take a path that has
okay.
magic.
Yeah, so
but if you take warrior now, there's nothing barring you from taking any of the magic paths, master or events.
Yeah, because I'll probably end up just go with warrior.
I mean, you won't have as high of a power ranking, which will limit the spells you can get.
Yeah. But so, Ian, are you going to go with priest since you're already priest?
I was kind of hoping magician.
Oh, okay.
Because magician sounds kind of fun.
Yeah, and so you can be a magician and still even take like
a religion kind of
religious kind of things. Yeah.
I will say in this system, being a priest is just basically a different kind of wizard.
It's more like a druid versus
basically you're just taking
mage,
a specific
right?
set of spell classes, circles. I forget what they call the schools. Traditions. Yeah, you just basically have a defined set of traditions available rather than being able to more freely choose.
Yeah, so there's a lot more decision making that goes with taking a magic user.
Yeah.
If you're just going to take warrior, you just go through the book, follow the instructions very clearly, one step at a time. What each thing tells you. Yeah, so your novice path is going to give you stuff, and you'll have some abilities. So I'll help Ian work on his magician thing. Does anybody else want to take a spell user thing? I guess I'll tell you this: if you want to take a spell user novice path, take a shot at it. And if you have any difficulty, contact me. I do understand how these things work.
Robin, do you know what you want?
Nerd indeed.
I'm really leaning towards rogue. Although
I am too.
And there's no
I think
reason,
we could do that.
Yeah, there's no reason not to have.
Yeah, if you guys wanted to do 2 rogues, that'd be fine.
Yeah, there's no reason to not do
Rogue way.
Since stabbing was the only thing that worked.
So stabby.
Robin, did you have fun?
Oh yeah.
You like this?
Yeah.
So
Brian, you said you liked it?
Yeah.
I'll be more interested to see once we actually have a bit more capability under our belts.
Yeah. It definitely is hard at level 0 because you don't.
I don't know. I've never been a fan of the
know
whole
anything.
Like character grinder kind of concepts, the PC funnels that Dungeon Crawl Classics has.
Yeah.
So I'll be more interested once we're playing more capable characters.
Yeah. What's it called when you have a bunch of tadpoles in a pond? What is that? What's that called?
I don't know.
Do you guys know what I'm thinking about?
No.
It's called something.
A spawn pool?
Fish in a barrel?
No, it's like
a spawning ground? I don't know.
And they have to eat each other to get bigger.
That went dark, Robin.
I don't know.
Is that what you were going for?
Obviously not.
I thought that's what you were.
No, I was thinking just
the wind in the willows becomes a slightly different thing.
Yeah.
So what do you think of this, Steven?
I enjoyed it. Like I said, I think I have to get used to the fast slow because I am a big fan of initiative.
Yeah, so
or at least
your turn, and you know when it's your turn, and you gotta...
Right. I mean, I don't mind just throwing my thing out, but it's like, oh man, I'm only limited to like 2 things, and I guess there's a hold my action in that trigger form.
So you got 3 things. Yeah, that triggered action is a thing, and so you can use your triggered action if somebody walks away from you, like an attack of opportunity, or you can just call it as whatever you want.
Yeah, but I think we'll get some more. I definitely need to have a ranged weapon, I think.
Yeah, you need to have probably a ranged and a melee weapon.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to.
Yeah. But it doesn't. Does it take an action to swap out your weapon?
Probably, but I'm a little fast and loose about those things. So.
Okay. Well, I mean, it was fun. I mean, it definitely is fun.
On my list.
It's neat. I really like how combat rolls are fairly simple. It's a lot easier than rolling like 10 dice and trying to figure out what that equals.
As the GM, the thing that really struck me as I was kind of putting the adventure together is the combat encounters are purely there as a piece of the story. I don't need to give you a certain number of experience points to get you up the level.
Right.
I just have to, like, where it's appropriate for you to fight somebody, you will fight somebody. And I don't have to give you random encounters. I mean, I could if I wanted to.
Just to level up.
You'd have thrown in a random encounter or 2.
My counter argument to that is like there's nothing stopping you from doing that from any level based system. You just grant a level when you feel it's really appropriate.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I tend to be more a slave to the actual experience points and keeping track of them, which you're right. I mean, you're right. A person doesn't have to do that. I felt really liberated though by just like everything is purely story oriented and advances the story or it doesn't happen.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I like it.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us.
All right.
And here we go.
All right.
This podcast is copyright 2020 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.
Ever notice your dog slowing down and having health issues and wonder, what can I do to make them better? Well, my friend, add Rough Greens to your dog's food for 90 days and I guarantee you'll see changes that will amaze you. Greetings, naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black, inventor of Rough Greens here, and I invite you to give your pup the Rough Greens 90-day challenge. In the first 30 days, you'll see shinier coats and increased energy. By day 60, your dog will have a stronger immune system, less shedding, improved joint function, all due to the live nutrients that you've added to their diet. And at 90 days, better digestion, reduced inflammation, improved heart health, and you may even have reduced their cancer risk. Fetch your dog a free Jumpstart trial bag today. Go to tryroughgreens.com. Use promo code TRYROUGH. That's TRYRUFF. Go to tryroughgreens.com. Use promo code TRYROUGH. You discover the shipping. You don't have to change your dog's food to improve your dog's health. Just add a scoop of Rough Greens.